Yeah, I guess China works. I mean, it's the original incarnation of DX, at least. The 4 members.
It looks like we're live. This is perfect.
Oh no.
Fantastic. So we have for you Game 6 of the Survivors of Hyrule tournament versus... I don't even remember what team miendiem is on. I do know. It's the power of friendship, because unlike Magnet, who took a dartboard and said, I'm going to pick the most playground bullyish team I can possibly find, we have miendiem on the team with Beer, Skelly, Mr. Ed. Tonight, they're playing Retrance against Zelda. It's a little bit of an uphill battle. Zelda's kind of he's well-rounded. He plays entrance. miendiem, not so much. My name is Zephical, and I am joined on comms tonight with...
Hello, I'm Tofile. I gave Zaf the intro duties tonight because I don't really... I was struggling kind of to try to describe how I would expect this match to go, because I really don't have any expectations. Zelda, very, very strong entrance rando player. miendiem does not play entrance rando at all. This could go crazy. It's going to be probably really fun. And I'm sorry, Zaf. It's actually Team Beer, Cheese, Double Dip, Dodge, Dive, Horse, and Dodge. Which is, I'm guessing, Team Average Joe's from the seminal Vince Vaughn classic, Dodgeball. Ooh, and miendiem with starting with not starting exactly how I would like with an Uncle start out of Sync, out of Link's house, but a mirror. That's really nice. That's going to be something that Zelda's going to pull in about 20 seconds. And this is kind of unfortunate because our Sync start is a pyramid. So
it's perfect. Everything will work out. miendiem with a start that miendiem is just, honestly, this is completely uncomeback from a early mirror, 8 bombs. It's it.
Yeah. Tier 1 pull of 8 bombs. Really nice. Zelda knowing that going to probably put off... Oh good, we've moved Agina to the castle. We upsized this cave. Zelga's gone for tree pull. Oh, poor Zelda. I wish you knew that the tier 1 was 8 bombs and not trying to go for the 50-50 bushes, because he'd probably be laughing right now.
So really briefly, Topple, what is Retrance?
So, we found Spectacle Rock Cave. Retrance is retro world with a cross-world entrance randomizer with key sanity, full key sanity. Unfortunately, because this is retro, this means small keys aren't actually shuffled; they're all universal keys. But you can buy keys in shops for 100 rupees. miendiem, you should peek this so that way you don't have to walk all the way back up, so you can mirror to the top of the castle. miendiem does not realize that he can mirror to the top of the castle. That's unfortunate. Zelda doing what Zelda does, finding the Eastern Palace and immediately walking out. To be fair, 2 minutes in with no bow and anything, I would probably say that's the right call.
You have a sword. What do you mean you have nothing? Go and...
She has 1 bomb, and he can do the rest of CAC.
I disagree. It does. This is unforgivable. This Eastern skipping nonsense is unforgivable.
And so one of the features of Entrance Randomizer Retro is that we have a bunch of Take Any Caves to kind of mimic the Take Any Caves in Zelda 1. One of these will have a sword, and we have discovered it. It's actually right at Light World Hype Cave just south of Link's house. So we're kind of sitting at 2 swords 2 minutes in. This is actually really nice.
And that might actually push miendiem, hopefully, to do the top of the pyramid mirror.
Yeah. And we have discovered that Desert Palaces are green pendant. That's Sahag. Universal Key.
And of course the Rupee Bow. We're not going to talk about that. It is...
Yes, and yeah, unfortunately we have the Rupee Bow. I'm actually kind of surprised that Zelda didn't try for more of a hula hand start. Maybe he'll try to route that in later, because that's actually a lot of nice money to have early on. Meyer Big Key in Desert. So it's not too bad to get to today.
Yeah.
Sitting over on the lake. Oh, good.
Yeah, so this is a very divergent sort of route. Totally understand Zelda with Sankward is go to CAC. It is a confluence of entrances and everything else.
Yeah, he went in to get the 50-50 bomb that he could have, gotten need more of them if he did a triple.
Yep.
And is unfortunately going to be kind of missing the little bomb hut in the corner of Kakariko Village for a little while. That's not a bad score from miendiem over in Sa's hut with half magic and powder in our fairy cave. I believe that was water. Yeah, that was a waterfall fairy.
Yes. Yeah, my thought about doing this though is you can also bunny walk some of the stuff as well. So doing this with the mirror would have been nice double duty. Obviously, you might have missed the pot entrance, but
yeah, that would be the risk of doing it. The risk of doing this without Moon Pearl is that you go isolate pod. Zelda's still not having any luck getting bombs. That's now two things that he's managed to orphan. That lines that over in what would be the Hotel Mario entrance.
Yep.
We got the well, at least, is sitting over in the Magic Bat. And miendiem with another Take Any Cave. And the other side of Turtle Rock. At least there is a bomb here. It is a very dangerous bomb to get, because you have to, it's right in the middle, and it puts you right in the line of a laser, but it is a bomb. miendiem going to kind of go a little further south, it looks like. Setting up for a fake clipper. This is probably going to go over to at least maybe either the Fairy Dropper or Potion Hut. This is a very popular play if you're in cross keys, that people like to do the Houlihan Open.
The objectively correct opener.
Yeah, I mean, you look at how Zelda's been struggling with bombs this entire starting of the seed. Ooh, and you know what? You feel bad, but at least you managed not to orphan the fire ground.
Yeah, you get that back. We'll take that.
Yeah. Now for actually what will be kind of interesting. If you're not familiar with Entrance Randomizer, this is a kind of tricky fake flipper, and miendiem gets it on the first try. This one's a little harder because you actually have to be holding up and right at the same time when you're doing it, as opposed to just kind of up and right or up and left, and if not, you kind of screw yourself over. miendiem, yeah, doing the objectively right thing. You should blind drop this.
Just blind drop it.
Yeah. So, this hasn't been a bad feast down so far. We have 2 small keys.
It's 200 rupees. Dapper, we are. Good evening. Yeah. We're doing Retrance. It's a thing.
Yeah.
miendiem, no! Your money! You're just leaving it on the table.
And you're going to see a lot more blue rupees in this seed. Those used to be our arrow pickups. They've been replaced with 5 rupees. Ooh, and the powder is locked by... powder turn is locked by glove today.
But that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, but miendiem kind of working towards more of a traditional opener now. Bush Crab even has bombs. Wow. See, these are the things that you miss when you saying start and it's at Pyramid. Zelda not going to bother to check. Probably just going to drop. Or he saw a pixel and I missed it. I'll take his. I'll trust his eyes here.
Yeah, missed actually what it was, but assuming it was probably just the usual piece of art. Probably wait to see what miendiem has.
Yeah. miendiem will probably get a better look at it. Let's see. Oh boy. Well, this is actually not too bad today. This just means we need to get boots, essentially. Boots and a... Oh, we have a fire rod. We logically need the lamp, but we can get around not having the lamp for a little bit. Yeah, unfortunately here for Zelda, he's kind of in a pickle. Gets a 50-50 bomb here, which is good for him. Here's our second Take Any Cave. There's 2 more of these outstanding somewhere. But we have retro small key. We have universal small keys, which means we don't actually have to go track down 2 specific keys for Castle Tower. The 2 that Zelda has in his inventory will suffice just enough whenever he gets it. Uncle's at
Lostwood, so we're good.
Lostwood. Yeah, I was just like, what's our last drop down? And then I'm just like, oh wait, no, we already know what's at Pyramid. It's Thank, which means Useless Fairy is...
It's Castle, wasn't it?
Castle, yeah. It has to be Castle, yeah.
So we saw miendiem Uncle started, so I've read him.
Yeah. I missed that. Yeah, our tree pulls are actually been really nice for Retrance. I think that was the tier 2 or tier 3, which was the reds. Red rupees. Our tier 1 is 8 bombs. Zelda has not been able to route in a tree pull. So he's been a bit more starved on resources at the start of the season than the miendiem has. Ooh, that is a nice magic refill. Another thing that's kind of different in Retro is that this chest is actually fully in logic right now. At the start of the seed. Normally that would require 4 TR smalls. It just requires us to kill the Pokemon out of the room to get.
Yeah, your small key logic is thrown out the window. Don't think
yeah,
about it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, just don't find pot. Don't find pot early. That's all it is. If you find pot early, you scream.
Mind you, give me a second look at these entrances because I missed the top half of CAC.
Yeah.
I know this is Quake, and then I forgot the other 2 were, but yeah. Ooh, nice! RNG on the 100 rupees on chess game.
Yeah. That's nice. That's actually, like, that's a key. It's literally a key. Zelda finally gonna get a chance to kind of manipulate some of the tree pulls in a second if he heads up north, or is he gonna head out down to desert? No.
This might be following desert, yeah.
Yeah, this isn't a bad play. I'm a little surprised at it, but I guess he's found the dam, so he knows that realistically there's only a couple 1-item caves outstanding in Uncle.
Also, too, this has a lot more value than it normally would when you're hiking across desert because you have right side as well. So, yeah. With the small keys, this is 2 more checks and a connector.
Yeah. Hey, look, there's more arrows that we don't have to get. There's bombs that Zelda wishes he had a while ago. So, like, I know there was 1 entrance in here, I forget. So we had 2 entrances to Turtle Rock and Kakariko, Eastern Palace, and an entrance to Desert. Hopefully, I think Zelda's playing Connector Roulette probably to try to find a case to get to Dark Death Mountain. Over at Ice Road Cave areas, and you feel bad about that, but that's actually kind of interesting. Huh. Oh yeah, you could use the sword.
Yep, you can do this, yep.
Now this is actually interesting. This isn't in logic because you're not supposed to be able to... Bunny riding in general is not in logic. Oh, Thieves' Den was here as well. How did I miss Thieves' Den? But because there's no small keys, we can kind of just automatically check every basement as well.
No, this is interesting to me, and this is obviously I'm gonna defer to Zelda having way more experience with Retrance. Obviously resources matter a ton, right? Like this is a very hard, or not so difficult to get Hera, but it is in sort of an odd place, and using this small key potentially early for, getting a little bit deeper in your pod or somewhere else. Using this for Hera basement is, I think, a play that maybe not everyone would make, but I do like it. It's just interesting because Zelda has been rupee and not small key starved necessarily, but he has used the ones that Thieves Town gave him. So
yeah. $50. Not the worst thing. That's basically just you lost 50 rupees doing that. But honestly, it's not like, I think it's like one of those things where you just don't want to come back here for a while and you don't know when that's going to be.
For sure.
So if there was a much more important item there, you'd be happier to find it now.
Yeah, it's definitely much more on the resource management side that it's interesting for me.
Zelda going to attempt to so Zelda is going to steal the small key from here. Yeah. But arguably, I do find the hero interesting because we can get to hero. That portion of the Dark World is usually very, very heavily locked by flippers.
Yep.
It's not in this seed. Which means flippers could be over there, which is going to be interesting if miendiem kind of realizes that or not. They've already kind of passed checking top of castle, which is...
Well, I suspect that Zelda might still route that. He may just be... I mean, he may do this soon, like he has this portal here, he may wait for another sword. I do think that probably this is going to be pot into Eastern with mirrors back and forth, potentially.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you do run... You are going to, of course, run the issue of orphaning the pot entrance. We have seen... I mean, obviously Zelda hasn't seen Sahasrara yet. He doesn't know that Sahasrara could have the moon pearl if we find the Desert Palace big key. That's scary.
That's gross.
I mean, it is a light world entrance, so it's not the worst thing, but it is a thing. Now Zelda's not happy. Okay, so miendiem probably correctly making the play to correctly counter the Zelda medal, the Zelda meta of hey, there's this thing called Eastern Palace that doesn't actually exist. Zelda going to go finds our first real shop and buys a key and an arrow.
I say this is what we've been waiting for, as well as these retro shops, just because we hadn't seen any yet for either buying the arrows or just another small game. So that's kind of nice too.
Yeah. It's actually kind of like I actually kind of prefer Hulan even more in Retrance because 225 rupees is enough to get it's 230 rupees to buy out that shop.
Yeah, it is basically an arrow, a key, and a nice palace.
Yeah. Okay, so we have found the map to Hera in the map chest of Eastern Palace.
Which, by the way, Retrance will be in latter next season. But I know a lot of people probably only had exposure to it with co-op Retrance in League, depending on how new you are to other things as well. So,
yeah. You got to be a little more over to the left hand, yeah. Got to get that pop below you. Yeah, but okay. So Ice Palace being up there is interesting. Obviously, there's still that third entrance there that miendiem can check, but Zelda can't. In case you're wondering, Shady, there's a Master Sword sitting in Light World Hype Cave. So it's not something Zelda's going to be missing for very long, but it is kind of unfortunate that he opted to kind of go push Eastern I mean, I understand why he's pushing the eastern area and eastern Dark World over South Shore with a mirror, but it is just one of those unfortunate things.
The retro shop.
Yeah, another retro shop.
And then we were saying a couple minutes ago, this is kind of what we expected actually with the mirror, is this sort of dual checking these entrances.
Oh
right?
yeah, a mirror in Link's house is one of the best things you could start off a scene with in an entrance randomizer, cross-world entrance randomizer. Like ideally, like with entrance random, like somewhere around an hour, and you're hoping to have like mapped out the entire world, or at least like the entire world that isn't.
I mean, it's
maybe Meyer or some of the worst spots on Dark Death Mountain, but.
Agreed. I mean, it is one part of the Jesus Take the Wheel package. You have a mirror, potentially a moon pearl. You slam your face into every connector like it's a country buffet, and you try and find just ways around the seat. Like that is the proper way to play cross keys or entrance shuffle.
Yeah. Let's see if Zelda tries the Super Bunny to get into Bonkrox. Okay. miendiem. Not going to try for the bomb jump, just falls right down Spectacle Rock. Zelda, that's a take any. Okay. Just doesn't want the heart. You have a mirror. You already know where one of your mails is, and you're not getting that mail. miendiem forgetting that they have the mirror on Floating Island.
Look, we said earlier in the tail of the tape, miendiem.
miendiem
it's okay.
Probably going to remember that in a second. Zelda finding, and Super Bunny Cave has inverted itself, at least partially.
That's perfect. And I think unfortunately, they're also not bothering to mirror to check the light world first, so. Zelda returns to his nemesis. Okay, well, Zelda probably checks South Shore. Okay, this isn't too bad for miendiem. Funding the bridge connector through Super Bunny. With the mirror, it's kind of nice to get all these 4 entrances kind of knocked out of the way at once. Yeah, so we do now actually have the mountain fully, or at least entrances for the most part, in logic now. We have that sort of chain to get to Light World Mountain, so...
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh baby, it's Connector City.
There's a connector leading to a connector leading to a connector. Oh no. That one's easily reversible.
Yeah, as long as you don't get locked on the other side. So, I will say the fact that the only big key we have found so far is the Skullwood's big key is a little bit disheartening.
We've seen Skullwood's and Meyer big keys. Forget where they both were, but
that's right. Yeah, we have seen the Meyer big key. You're right.
Zelda's gonna get really mad at this Master Sword in a second. Oh, good, he's here. That sick kid is, of course, sitting on. Oh no, this is just. But like that set of connectors is just gonna be an absolute pain in the ass.
And I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, ooh. I kind of expect this to be the Moldering Cave sweeping all the way over to desert entrances. So.
Yeah. We found Agate Tower up on Death Mountain. It'd be interesting. Oh, Zelda with the nice push the bomb down, then open it up. It's a big key to Eastern. Zelda wins the seed. Probably.
Just luckily we don't have face cams, so you can just see my utter disdain for literally Sphere 1 Eastern Palace big keys.
And now miendiem finally remembers I've got a mirror. I've had a mirror. I've had a mirror for 20 minutes now. Let's go make use of this mirror. I don't expect them. I don't expect miendiem to really. You should buy the big, get swanky. Yep, buy the arrows. That's a one-time expense. Well, it's a one-time expense.
Minus
Asterisk.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like Zelda's play of just Pengate a room in Vale. Like,
yeah, that's not a bad spot to be kind of like right there.
Yeah, it's literally just save and quit in a mirror away. It's
because like your only other here we go. Now we get to cheat and cross keys.
Yes.
Oh no.
So we've actually seen everything but the dark connectors, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think we've seen Spiral Cave, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, we haven't seen Spiral Cave either, right?
But yeah, we have seen every other connector that isn't a dark connector. Normally this is not in logic with nice Quake strats there.
Both getting the Quake strats out.
Yeah.
My dumbass would definitely be holding bombs because I have no brain and I must bomb.
Yeah. So let's kind of see where we're going to get shuffled off to. So
okay.
Zelga's probably a little happy on that front. I know exactly what Zelga's... No, well, so here's the unfortunate thing with Zelga's sequencing right here. He's going to come into Aga Tower. miendiem actually did not check Aga Tower, which I was surprised at. So the unfortunate sequencing is that miendiem knows that you have to kill Aga 1 today to reach Ganon. And so because of this, like a good solid play for this seed would have been to go into Aga 1, use the Fire Rod, and kind of do the climb. If you're comfortable with that. Not everybody is comfortable just doing Fire Rod Aga 1. Okay, vanilla key, whatever. And then take that as kind of like a free ride to the pyramid. And Zelda might have done that to like try to get himself to get back to that one entrance he missed without really having to miss anything. Your save quit is there. It's not that bad.
To be fair, Zelda doesn't know.
But I'm saying, but that's what I'm saying. Zelda doesn't know that. So Zelda can't make that play. If Zelda had gone and checked Lumberjack, he would definitely probably be making it. Okay, we have... judging by this is the back of Old Man. Save and quit. Oh, wait, no, we double spun,
yeah, this is Dark Descent.
Yeah, this is Dark Death Mountain Descent.
Yeah, that is a nice bow, by the way. Very nice.
Yeah, that'll be good for me, especially if, like, somehow we find Pod and Hammer's on the right side and Zelda doesn't decide to miracle.
Okay, perfect. So now, Zelda's about to find out that... And... I mean, it's what, 45 seconds? I don't think that he's really going to be kicking himself. The order of operations in the seed has been a little bit against Zelda, but...
Yeah. He can actually walk over to... He can walk over and check pedestal.
No.
But overall, that was a nice dip into ice that Zelda is probably not going to do for a little while longer unless he gets some Mario hammer in their glove. A bow and a sword is really nice, and it's going to help me in the M for a bit. Okay, Zelda's opting not to. I guess, he has the Fire Rod in the mirror. You're going to find the Moon Pearl, so you could save the pet check for when you're checking the back of Skull Woods. That's fine. Zelda passing up his second heart container. He's on 8 hearts. Green mail.
To be fair, at some point, if he's keeping track and he has a bottle, he really just needs a refill. That one at Flute 5, I could be like, yeah, just walk in, grab a blue, leave.
Yeah, that's fine. But there's also a Flute 2, and now Zelda's like, damn it.
Well, not Zelda would actually think about that? No. Me? Yes.
And I believe this was actually a Hyrule Castle connector. Yeah, so this was something Yeah, so miendiem hasn't been doing, they've each been kind of like orphaning stuff in a kind of a weird fashion, I guess. Zelda's kind of been playing more connectors and kind of just like working that. Going deeper into Ice Palace is unfortunate, but it's also kind of understandable given like it's Ice Palace and you kind of want to like you can do it faster.
It makes perfect sense not to do it in my mind, just because one, you don't have Glove Hammer. Two, it's right there, right? Like I think it's completely defensible.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it's not. It's not indefensible. I'm just saying that, like, it's just kind of unfortunate, and they each been kind of doing it differently in a way. Yeah, that's 3 keys, or like 6 silver arrows. But it's just kind of interesting because, like, miendiem, on the other hand, didn't go into Hyrule Castle, didn't go into Aga Tower, so that's like 10 items right there that miendiem's kind of walked by. That's interesting.
Ooh, we like that.
Yeah.
Although, like I said, we haven't checked top of Paradox. We're sort of running out of connectors that could drop us there.
No. Paradox is in logic because we can get there with the
smiley face.
God, I love this game so much.
I didn't see what the rightmost check was. That's not true. With in the back of Escape, but don't think there's anything of importance.
Yeah. The one thing that miendiem unfortunately is also passed up the opportunity to do Aga Tower twice now. So the actual kind of unfortunate thing here is that there goes the sword advantage. I don't even know what I was going to say anymore. I'm sorry. No, I'm at a loss for words of that. Just like finding that you're logically required to drop out of the sky to get the book from the middle of Paradox Cave. Sometimes this game is just.
This game is beautiful. Really quickly, I do want to thank Lady Laura Linda for solo tracking this illness. Thank you for doing that, so we don't have to.
Yeah, that's right. There was a big key on Desert Pledge. Zelda has not seen that. Zelda 1 did not go over in Scout Pledge. It will be interesting to see if that will come into play later. That's an entrance an entrance that kind of is hard to get to, unless we're going to get lucky with one of our connectors that we've seen but not taken.
Yeah, at this point we're looking for Desert, Main, Hyrule Castle left or right, Hookshot Cave, which you and I both forgot about earlier.
Oh, yeah.
So we do still have a couple connectors that could feasibly take us out there, but we've at least seen the majority of them.
Yeah, but we're also missing, 3 of our must connects as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, God. Stop giving us interesting entrances, game.
Ooh.
You want it? That's a silver arrow, Zelda. Pass up the hearts, but take the silver arrow.
I am waiting for the day when flippers are there. When that would be the most beautiful thing, is the required mirror for flippers. And
I've had it happen once or twice. I love that. It's one of my favorite things to happen.
The problem is most muffin brains are just gonna fake flipper it, and it's disappointing. But
so it looks like miendiem's gonna go back to trying to play Connector Roulette again.
Yeah, so Zelda is not aware, I think, of the sequence to Spec Rock to get on top of the mountain.
No,
my God.
Oh, here we go. This is
Ooh.
miendiem has the bow, and actually, wait, no. I mean, it isn't in logic because we need a lamp for we do need a lamp. We can't just technically need a fire rod. But we have a bow, and we have the Eastern Palace Big Key, and we know it's a crystal, so this is actually a good play. Zelda, on the other hand, has found Skullwoods at Old Man Rescue Cave.
Yep.
So let's see. These are checks that Zelda's not going to get for a while. There really wasn't a lot in Skullwoods in Eastern Palace. So these last two items are going to be kind of interesting. It's just silver arrows. Oh yeah. So the fun fact is that miendiem has 284 rupees. That's not enough rupees to use. Well, we don't have silvers anyway. But it's going to cost like 180 rupees to kill the Armos Knights.
Yep.
Tempered Sword, Mothilla, this is absolutely very cool. Just kill him now. Oh my god, it happened! Okay, so Zap,
Yep.
would you like to explain to the viewers at home why this can only happen in Retrance and not normal cross keys?
I'd love to, even though I think the majority of our viewers here probably actually understand this. So within current logic, the third Skullwood small key is always in the pinball room in Skullwoods, so you can never actually have Moon Pearl on Mothula, despite finding it wherever the hell. However, this nonsense can happen, and it's beautiful, and I love it.
Yeah.
Because, of course, falling into holes and opening chests as a bunny is not logic, but yeah, this is beautiful.
So this will be interesting for Zelda. This was one of the Dark Death Mountain bridge connectors.
Yep.
So this will actually let Zelda kind of like start piecing together a better picture of the Dark World of the connector map. It's a kind of a shame that miendiem didn't. Well, actually, miendiem could not check it.
miendiem could not check this, yeah.
And of course, here's GT. Let's go check our 3 items that we can scout. And
Yeah, so it will be mostly be a matter of time until Zelda decides to go to Spec Rock, which might actually be the post-Eastern play for him when it gets there, because it's right next to it, and that would be the rest of Death Mountain from the other side. But you know, again, we've now found a connector that just gets us to Death Mountain, so it's not even our logical path.
Yeah. Mire Shed. But yeah, unfortunately, like, the bow didn't lead to the hammer, so it did lead to a flute, which is also nice. So
yeah, I mean, this is
this is really interesting. It's also really interesting because we don't actually have like logical access right now to the entirety of the western side of the Dark World. And
I mean, we're a lamp away from it. That's all we're missing. If a lamp shows up, that's our logical access because of Aga Tower.
no, that's Eastern Dark World.
Oh, sorry, Western, yeah, sorry.
Western, yeah. So like, we're actually really starting to kind of run low on entrances and items that could get us there. It's actually kind of interesting. Hey, you should have taken one of those earlier. Maybe the game wouldn't have given it to you. No, but
yeah, no, you're totally right. My brain was off for a second. We still do have Desert Main. We have...
yeah. Oh, that's where the Mire Big Key was, yeah. Okay.
That's right, thank you.
We have Desert Main, but we don't have a lot left. Okay, Minimal Warp Cave. There really wasn't anything sitting over here in... There's a glove. Uh-oh. Okay. So we have a glove, and Desert Palace is now completable. So this will actually be interesting, because Zelda's actually going to get very close to, like, being able to go right back into Desert Palace and then kind of being able to jump himself right back over to the Dark Ice Rod Cave and Ice Rod Cave area with a glove.
Yep, I like that a lot actually.
And you could get yourself, like, you got half magic and fire rod. You can get yourself the green crown pretty damn easily. Yeah, Beer. This is thankfully a good, solid path to miendiem for the Moon Pearl. The good and the bad is that miendiem's kind of made some skips here and there that I think they forgot. I think he forgot he had the mirror for like a solid 20-25 minutes. Or from the top of castle for a while. Found a connector to Floating Island. Never mirrored to check Floating Island. Never mirrored to even check the top of Dark East Death Mountain. This seed's been a thing. We found our old man at least. This actually could be our logical way if we find the lane. Goddamn game.
Smiley face.
Yeah.
Miendiem mirror. Miendiem mirror. Miendiem mirror. Miendiem.
Hey, look, we're checking these entrances before 40 minutes. Oh, good, there's Mimic Cave. Just what we needed.
One of the other unwritten rules of entrance is you rarely find that cave while you have mirror. And then when you do, it's nothing.
Yeah. Zelda's like, yes. Zelda's like, no. Actually, wait, you know...
Yep.
That's probably our bumper ledge connector. That's almost certainly our bumper ledge connector.
We do still have the... We've seen one side of bumper, I think, right? We've seen bottom, but not top.
Yeah. Yeah, we've seen the bottom. We've seen the side we can't technically cheat through with the hug shot, even though it's technically in logic to cheat through.
Yep.
miendiem going to be happy that they're going to get a move out here in a couple minutes. And we've come following Zelda. Though at this point, Zelda's kind of already scouted most of the dark pot area, though they've orphaned pot itself. Yeah, so Zelda gonna have a bit more better luck with these connectors at the start. Knows at the very least, like if you kind of want to get back up here, you can just get yourself over to Spec Rock.
Yep. Yeah, so Zelda will now follow Fairy Ascension, I assume.
Yeah. Probably hoping that this is the connector to the top of Dark Death Mountain. We know it's not. But this will probably be the bumper ledge connector. And if somehow this ends up being the connector to Laser Bridge, then I think Grin and Barrett mirror, and then finally go to Agate Tower. No, he still doesn't know that it. Processing.
Brain down
he's just going to do Agate Tower blind. Okay.
Welcome in, Magno. Thank you for the raid.
Hi, Magno. miendiem realizing I could have gotten up to this mountain without that flute. And if I had to take a guess what Zelga's thinking right now, this is aggressive not having seen Scouted Lumberjack, but he knows that Lumberjack isn't at least either an item or Ganon. So this could just be something of a... I don't want to call it a flex, but this could be like...
No, he
I can make this...
Didn't he?
I don't... No, he hasn't gone up... Oh, wait, no, he did.
He did,
he knows
because
this.
that was... Yeah, he went to Hyrule Castle. Yeah, so he knows this.
I'm an idiot. Yeah, so he knows he has to do this. Whether or not he goes further into... goes and dips Ice Palace a bit more after this is going to be interesting.
He could because he's there. I suspect this could be any number of things, although...
Well, what this primarily is I've got to do this.
Yep,
this is a free trip to Pyramid. I'm never going to route this in any better. There really isn't anything that'll get me back up here other than Sick Kid. I apologize. It's starting to absolutely come down outside. Holy cow.
Yeah, for Zelda 2, this may also just be, I'm gonna go do Catfish, Fake Flipper, and then loop back all the way to Desert Desert back as well, right? Because we do have the glove, so...
Yeah.
Like, that may just be the sequence here, is I'll do Catfish and then end my route with checking the connectors at Shopping Mall with the Whirlpools.
Yeah. That'd be a nice... a bit of smart routing there. Normally, you don't like to go fake flippering in the Dark World, but if you kind of know how to get to the setup for the Dark Shopping Mall fake flipper, it's actually not too bad. I'll probably make it like 95% of the time without issue.
It's usually not so scary.
Yeah, the scary part is when you kind of have to like go from like the Dark Shopping Mall area and swim up to around Pod. Because you can kind of get hit by like a zero. That's never fun. And like, especially if you have a seed where you now somehow get like roped into doing it like twice, at least. I'm not saying that such a seed exists,
I'm not saying
and that you've played a seed like that recently.
Where a bunch of us have subjected other members of the community to it. No, never. The seed is not a thing.
Oh, by the way, I actually managed to get somebody to play that seed, so I thank you. I said not to play. Hey, he doesn't even have to break the...
Yep.
Don't even have to break the barrier. You dispel the barrier by killing Akka.
Yeah, okay. Actually, I wasn't sure if you would want to continue this. I mean, with Glove and ending at...
Ooh. Spicy.
This is nice. This is... yeah.
So I'm going to get a laugh out of this. Still doesn't actually know the logical that Spectacle Rock is actually in logic. He hasn't actually managed to find that floating island connector yet, but he'll probably get there sooner than later. Fire is Ether. That's interesting. That's Flipper's locked. We have seen that on the Lake Island.
Mm-hmm.
5 more keys. But really, this is going to be nice for Zelda. He's going to be able to snag that big key that's sitting over there on Desert Lunge for free. And this kind of negates, while the flute is something that is very nice for miendiem. And it will be nice kind of without that confluence of connectors and dungeon sitting in CAG. This kind of negates the biggest thing that the flute would give you.
Alright, so miendiem, are you going to Desert? You're probably going to Desert right here with the glove. Yeah, okay. Which will spit you at Dark Shopping Mall. He now also has... I don't think he's been Lightware Shopping Mall, so he may actually just be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
You have the Desert Big Key. Why are you not checking the chest?
Do they have the... Yeah, they do.
I'm not going to ask questions. It's fine.
Okay, so what was our big key that we had sitting on the ledge? Hera! Ooh, that's really nice for Zelda.
Okay. I hate that, because that actually makes that route even sweeter that I said before, and inadvertently he's made it nice.
Yeah. So Zelda's going to check the one connector over here that I think both of them skipped when they were walking by it, and this glove rock. Zelda, unfortunately, going to have to deal with it for another hour and a half of... Good. Misery Mire. Unfortunately, the problem with defeating Aga is you've now set the Light World to have a much harder enemy pattern. It's kind of dickish, and a lot of people don't really. Here we go.
Okay, well.
Like, this isn't a lot. This still isn't Vos, but this is still going to be like another 3 or 4 entrances and 3 item checks.
Yep. It's also really nice too to get this Bombos tablet check out the way, and you could literally hop back in the connector if you wanted to.
I think you probably want to do that, to be honest. miendiem also opting to spend the key to check air basement.
I think this makes sense, definitely now for sure. It was the early game, but yeah, no. I mean, either way, I like it. I'm gonna come back here anyway. So.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good on keys now. Like Pod and GT are going to be kind of our biggest drivers. Though, like. But, you know, getting your tablets out of the way, not too bad. Whoa!
Actually, I guess with glove, this would be faster. You just lift the rock. Yeah.
Well, no, because you still have to, like, it'd be faster, like, if you're kind of walking over to Vo, but we're gonna have to go over to the lake shop first. miendiem trying to figure out exactly what needs to get done. They've forgotten that connector exists. Or they're not, well. They have the glove, they have the powder, they're gonna go try to check powder, it looks like. And the... Oh boy. Okay, so that's the bow advantage going for miendiem. Zelga's next save and quit, he's going to go beat Ice Palace.
Yep.
The only thing you're missing there, hey, there's another take any key that Zelga's probably going to skip. The only thing that that you're kind of missing now for Ice Palace, we need the big key to beat it, logically. But, kind of with where it is, like, you can kind of just, like, isolate that one check and come back to it. A lot of runners would do that. I don't think Zelga's going to play it any differently. miendiem is opting to skip checking pod area as opposed to heading north to Catfish. This is not bad. Carry the rock, throw the rock at the... Yep, Ropa. But we did get a mushroom out of...
Ooh.
What?
Flippers.
So that's where the flippers are hanging out. I don't think Zelga's going to be missing those for very long. One of the things that he managed to find in Hype Cave was the mushroom.
For sure.
So he hasn't done Catfish, and he hasn't... he actually hasn't even checked Witch's Hut. Which is weird.
Started.
Which is weird for somebody who... you know.
But again, this makes the route that we even talked about earlier about doing the whole whirlpool thing. This makes us even more attractive now, and he'll get rewarded even harder for it when this happens.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he won't even have to worry about fake flipper. All right, so that's all of our Turtle Rock entrances.
Oh, disgusting.
Zelda getting exactly what he wanted. %100% what he wanted. Oh, even better, the magic shops at Zora is the waterfall fairy. So when you go mirror after getting your flippers, when you go up to Catfish, you can just swim right over and check You'll get your item for the mushroom tournament. This route is going to work out really well for Zelda after it gets done here.
I hate how nicely this is panning out for him, and he has no idea yet.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't expect him to check the... Yeah. Race game was just a male upgrade. So Zelda is in a happy spot right now in terms of equipment. He's been in a happy spot for a while.
So if I'm not mistaken, we're still missing pod entrance, swamp entrance, and I think that's it.
We've seen the dam now.
We've now seen the dam.
Yeah. Hyrule Castle map. Where are you going now, Zelda? Maybe is this him finally going to decide I'm going to look into Eastern Palace now?
I mean, I think this is Eastern into this.
No, Eastern was race game.
Oh.
No, this is going to be him walking over to like. He's got. Oh, of course.
Oh, the well. Yeah, we have the well at. You're right.
Yeah.
The magic bath.
Yep. Oh, that's a good, nice pickup. Unfortunately, like, it's not for the fact that you'd be right outside your save and quit point. That'd be even better for me at the end.
Yeah. Did we see Desert or TR Main, by the way?
No, miendiem didn't walk over there, and Zelda hasn't found anything.
Okay.
Only a bunch of bombs and some rupees in there for Zelda.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, because that's another nice 3 items at this point for...
Yeah.
So I'll go with that. Okay, so now, in my heart of hearts, I believe this is going to be Zelda clearing Eastern, and he disappoints me again.
Now, he's going to go check Desert Palace Big Chest and then go look at what the Desert Palace main entrance is, which is a good play.
Or this could just be over Desert Right, clear Hera, clear Desert Main, and then do this route a different way. Because this may actually end a little bit more cleanly at Catfish. And into Zora as well. That's a possibility. No idea.
I mean, he has the ability to full clear Ice Palace. I feel like he kind of just...
Oh, right, he hasn't gotten the bow yet. Yeah, never mind. He doesn't want to do it. Yep.
But he is going to go check... He is going over there. You are... Yeah... So he's gonna go. Yeah, that's probably the front side of Belt Man. He can go beat Hera, he can go beat Desert.
Yeah, and then you whirlpool up, Zelda will then get his flippers. He will then also turn in Mushroom. Ha ha ha, Potion Shop will be right there.
Yeah, you could totally do that. You could even pay off Zora. miendiem only had less than $500, so I wasn't really able to.
Yep.
Oh, and there it is. That's... Zelda is happy with that Ice Palace Mickey.
So the rest of us, normal folks, might have said, I'm going Nice Palace. Zelda intelligently gets the payoff. It makes sense. I mean, full clear.
Well, I mean, Zelda is going to have double-dipped Ice Palace. Zelda is going to have... unfortunately, pod entrance is only bombs. Zelda is going to have double-dipped Ice Palace, but he's not going to have double-dip. He spent a lot of time in that double-dip.
Yeah.
Nice quick Moldworm kill for Zelda. Crystal number 2. Still haven't seen Bomb Shop.
You know, in spite of this, Miendiem's actually been, like, maybe not the most efficiently, but he's still been getting a lot of this information, and he's been clearing this out really well. Which I know, again, we talked about this an hour ago. Maybe not. Entrance is not his strong point.
I still want to know what's on top of the floating island. Death Mountain.
We'll find it eventually. It's not a big deal.
It could be the other bow.
It could be. Could just be a map, piece of heart. You know,
yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. So we'll see Zelda after this point to kind of fake flipper himself back up over to Catfish Zora Pet Potion Shop. Hasn't checked those entrances. Still pretty valuable for him. Especially kind of like, you kind of want to get that mushroom turned in as soon as you can. Because, like, you want to have not found the magic shop before you turn in the mushroom. Just so you can just grab it and go later. Especially like in a mode like this where there's a bunch of take any caves around here that have blue potions for free. Yeah. Miendiem kind of getting the short end of the stick will now flute over to 9. Should flute over to 8, sorry. No.
This is fine. He'll just continue his talking about routing from here.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
he knows where it is. It's just let me do this real quick while I'm thinking about it, potentially.
Yeah. It won't really hurt. It's not going to hurt.
Miendiem will also get his hammer pretty soon here as well.
Zelda's been doing a good job routing this. There's definitely been some lumps in the road that he's hit. The early game was kind of rough for him, especially in terms of resource management, which with the unfortunate thing of like this being an entrance randomizer, with this being Retrance, resource management's a little bit more important than your normal seeds because of retro and the ruby bow and all that nonsense. But he's been doing a very good job of it overall. Okay, so Zelda kind of realizes how he can get like Spectacle Rock and everything into logic now.
Yep.
He kind of realizes how everything gets into logic now. Let's see what our floating island actually is. Just bombs.
Yeah, I mean, and to be fair too, Zelda.
Oh my god. Okay, so Tower of Hera and Skullwoods are our red crystals for the day.
Beautiful.
He's going to keep that in mind when he finds the flute.
Yep.
He finally finds the hammer.
Yeah, I think they both had a little bit of mishap with order of operations here, but to be fair, the early part of this was Miendiem's favor. I think the later part of this has been in Zelda's favor. Miendiem's making more. This is kind of like what? Ooh, that's a nice big key to get. Ooh.
Single dip pod whenever we find it. And so here we go. This is Zelda finally going to go and just clear Ice Palace and get a bow. And then be like, yay, I get to do Eastern Palace in one dip. I win.
I need to take a break and get something stiffer to drink because of that sentiment.
You know it's the truth.
It doesn't mean that I don't hate it. And I hate it with every fiber of my being. But he was proven right again, and I hate it.
At the very least, we haven't had bombos behind the fire rod yet, or fire rod blocking the lamp. Take solace in that.
I'm doing that for now. We still have 2 other checks in this dungeon that we didn't see, so.
True.
Yeah, but going back to it, we still haven't found Pod. We have found the dam, which I actually forgot to mark where it was. We have found it. Still missing Swamp.
I'm pretty sure the dam is Arrow Game, which says me and DM will be going there next.
Okay.
God fucking damn it. God.
You know,
you didn't see that. You didn't see that.
You know, you do this thing where you speak this bullshit into existence.
Well, there's always the lamp. Surely the lamp can't just be in Bombo Select Turtle Rock, right?
Surely the lamp won't just be on Cold Stare. So anyway, now that we've got our entrance memes out the way.
There's the bell for Zelda.
Yep. Yeah, so, and the thing with Zelda's play too, it makes, I think it's a very thorough play style.
Ooh, he got the nice, you got the
yeah, that's nice, yeah. It's just sort of building up a lot of tension, and that tension's about to release with being able to fire off and get Ice, get Eastern done next. You know, now again, we do just have logical access to the Boo area with this Glove Hammer as well, so, you know, it will be a matter of time. We still need a way to get potentially through Mire, like either boots or a hookshot.
We can't actually get inside of it proper. We need a lamp for the. Yeah, okay, that was probably an intentional path.
Yeah, we still don't have full information, so there's at least a world where we're definitely missing a couple big keys and potentially some other stuff. So Secrets still get a little bit gross.
Yeah. I'm really suspicious about Pyramid Fairy. Really, really suspicious about Pyramid Fairy. Those were two of the lowest of our... Well, I guess, wasn't the Hera Big Key in the Mire area?
Hera Big Key was, yeah.
So Hera Big Key is logically going to be at least Lamp or another glove. But that's still really kind of interesting. Because Hera and Skullwoods are two of the lower... especially for like Retrance, just like two of the lowest possible... you know what I'm trying to say. Two of the lowest requirement dungeons to beat.
For sure.
So there could be there could be potentially interesting things.
It could be a lamp. Theoretically, there could just be a glove out there now as well, with the first glove leading to the second, and then that's not actually even, like, with respect to that old man. Like, we literally could just be about to find a glove, and then that's completely unlogical in the blue area. So,
Yeah, it was on the desert ledge, but our only way into getting... Right now, our only way to get to... The only way to get to the desert ledge is either to save and quit to the old man, have a lamp, and following the backside of his cave, or... flute yourself over there. Zelda... Ooh, died to the pokey.
I think it's fine. I mean, there's a really easy TR left, or TR west as well. Right,
yeah, so. Both of the Turtle Rock entrances, the middle two Turtle Rock entrances, are in Kakariko, so it's actually not that hard to get to. I'm kind of surprised that miendiem opted to go.
I think that was a good death to stop that a little bit more time investment, which could have been.
Yeah. I'm just going to point out that our old man save and quit points are both in the same spot geographically. One in the light world and one in the dark world.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's got jokes. That does take off one of our other bus connects, though.
Yeah, so we're still missing Hookshot Cave to potentially either put us on top of Bumper or the other side of Bumper. So I'm missing a key for that.
Yeah. We've seen all these sides of TR. Yeah, we've seen all the sides of our connector dungeons.
No, we have. Wait, have we actually seen the front of TR? Am I blind, or am I?
Yeah, no. The front of Turtle Rock was. Zelda walked right into it and walked right out of it because he didn't have a cane. I mean, tell you exactly which entrance it was.
That was the one I forgot to mark down, I think. We are actually...
Myersha. It was in Myersha.
I'm not sure. Okay.
So that's actually gonna...
Yeah. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, that's actually not too bad to check for either of our runners. You can kind of just walk there from the save and quit. So you're getting a useless damn map.
Yeah, this is actually our biggest, I think, leftover confluence of entrances now, with the exception of our midst. Yeah, obviously, we're likely to find Pod, and we're likely to find Swamp at this point, so it's really just going to be...
Yeah.
What is our configuration to get us right to go mode, what I'm actually missing? So, aside from what big keys either way.
Yeah. Probably won't involve the G2 big key. Probably. We can walk ourselves right to the back of the castle, so telling Moldor 2 isn't really a thing, or Aga 2 isn't even a thing to see. That is a thing. Yeah, that is a thing that in Retrance you don't actually ever have to kill Aga. You almost certainly don't have to kill Aga 2, unless somehow like your lamp is in the Hyrule Castle sewers.
So I have a bunch of big keys mapped. So Zelda has also found this. Oh, this pod big key was in Mimic Cave, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that was in Mimic Cave over on Dark Death Mountain. Yeah, so miendiem saw it, but didn't have the hammer at the time. That small key is still there in Retro. Hi, Krista. Would I say this has been a kind seed? It's been an interesting seed. It's not really been... I wouldn't say it's really been overly punishing. We haven't really seen a lot of horrible items. There's been some funny items.
It had Mirror in Link's house, for God's sake. I mean, you know.
Yeah, Mirror in Link's house kind of like automatically stops it from being like a Hell Seed. You can still have Hell Seeds, but like... You're not going to be orphaning some of the worst chicks to get back to in the game with Mirror in Link's house. Let's see what Spaxkull wants. It's just a hint cave. Zelga tilting a little, wow. Red Igors do not actually take damage to the Gold Sword. But one nemesis of the Rupee Bow, the Red Igors. Alright. Look, there's a whole bunch of silver arrows sitting on pedestal. Like 6 of them.
6 whole silver arrows. 1 Armos fight.
Essentially, yeah. Zelda getting his flute. So Zelda still hasn't kind of made his way up to Northern Dark World, hasn't done Potion Shop. Hasn't even done a lot of the North Light World, either around Sanctuary and whatnot.
That is fascinating, because that Dark Potion Shop is now going to be a little bit of a gross spot for someone to get back to, I think.
Yeah. I think save and quit, it's not too bad, but yeah,
it's not too bad
at all.
But with this flute, and then possibly walking up to the portal, he's about to hit a lot of like the main. He could theoretically current jump, right? But like right now,
I expect him to current jump. I kind of expect him to kind of do that sleep and current jump.
Yeah.
Just a map on Bumper Ledge, so we're not going to really be missing anything there. Yeah, unfortunately, Krista, I did not roll this seed. Randomizer rolled this seed, but Randomizer was also instructed by Cubs, who's kind of running around doing a lot of stuff, being a very hard-working man tonight. I guess it has actually been a tad bit over an hour, but I do want to thank our runners. Now that I look at the time, I want to thank our runners, zelgadissan and miendiem, for agreeing to be restreamed tonight. I want to thank my co-com, Zafikel. Really nice guy. Runs on ladder. Does not actually stream to that Twitch account for ladder, so don't look at it. And our tracker, Lady Laura Linda, who's doing a wonderful job. Got home less than an hour before this race started. So very, very helpful. And our wonderful restreamer Cubs, who is running around covering like three streams at once.
Yeah, so that is another cardinal sin of entrance, is to remember to check the damn item in some timely fashion.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that this GT play might make a fair bit of sense in without the hook shot, because a lot of runners can very easily do this bomb jump, but now this is all 100% just do the thing. So
yeah, you have the entire basement unless you just do the basement, except for big chest.
Yeah, this is what, let's call it 20 checks.
So everybody, there are 22 checks in GT basement. Get those numbers in chat on where you. Wait, no, this is entrance. Key sanity. The big key isn't in here. Karen, it isn't necessarily in here.
I hated that. I'm here for it, and yet I hated that at the same time. The people watching this all let a collective groan, and I'm kind of here for that. Oh look, Drosy, you have no power here. I can swear as much as I want to.
I'm trying to keep him polite,
yeah,
Drosy.
Toffel is the other handler. Drosy's my speed gaming handler, you're my ZSR handler. Although, to be fair, there was a delightful stream early on in the cross keys tourney where Treslin...
Why is that? God damn it, game! No! No! God damn it, I was only shit-talking! Stop punishing me!
Okay, well... Logically, that is actually pretty interesting for the Pyramid Fairy location.
Yeah. Look, Drosy, I made a joke that we didn't have a Rule of Fire situation, and then we've since had Fire Rod lock both Bombos and Lamb. Okay.
And I admit I've been kind of paying a little bit of attention to Zelda here, but it looks like we've not actually found any entrances. I say this.
We found Spike. We found Spike Cave. The other side of Spectacle Rock, the one that nobody bothered to bomb jump to, is actually the Dark Fortune, the Vo Fortune Teller hut.
Okay. So this will likely then just be bumper, right? Oh, ooh.
Yeah, you got one weight.
He should have a mirror portal, right?
Oh no! Oh no! The correct answer was 12. 13.
Okay. I was gonna say this was good because this actually pushed miendiem here.
Yeah.
So.
Beautiful. So here's a question for you: does Zelda climb?
No.
I mean,
I don't think so. And I suspect that with entrances on the table, there's a really good reason to do this, and then say, I can come back here with the flute if I really need to, if I find nothing else.
But this is the Spectacle Rock entrance on top of Death Mountain. You know, you say that, you know you're not going to do it. We know how this works. We know the game. That is actually our first bottle, 76 minutes into the scene. Sick Kid is over on East Death Mountain in the Light World.
Yeah. I don't think that climbing here is... I wouldn't do it. It's hard for me to say it's the right play, but I do think that there's a lot of entrances that Zelda has access to that he's still missing, right? Like, he actually now has Mire as well, that, we said earlier. Like, there's Mire. Pod and Swamp are outstanding. You're chasing entrances, not items at this point, right? You can clear.
I mean, you're still looking for. Well, I mean, I guess logically, we don't know if we need a. We don't know the other two pendants, so we don't know if Swamp's a pendant or not. I think you kind of want Swamp to not be a pendant at this point.
Sure.
Sorry, to be a pendant at this point. So you don't have to worry about flippers, because you can clear Mire. I kind of... But, like, we're still missing, potentially, like, Facetown Big Key, TR Big Key, and a Nice Rod.
Yeah. there's enough of a chance that Zelda is potentially go -2, go -1 in some combination of things.
Yeah, he's not actually in go mode. He's very close to it, probably. Okay, so he won't climb. That's 4 items that are at the top of the tower.
I think that this is the right call. I think you easily do a map check at some point. You figure out what you're missing, but at this point, there's not a lot left. I think that Zelda, like item-wise, he needs to find entrances, right? Like Pod is clearable for him. Swamp is clearable. Like this is 24 items on the table that I think you need to find entrances for.
Yeah.
Yeah, and theoretically, there's Hookshot Cave still outstanding. Like, there's a lot of value in chasing entrances. I don't think the climb is the right thing here.
Yeah, he'll find Hookshot Cave in a second. Actually, wait, no, he's gonna... Yeah, wait, no, yeah, so this is actually probably going to be... At long last, we're going to have a vanilla bumper cave exit.
It's like, you and I have said this enough as like, are we actually right this time? And I think we have to be right.
I think we are completely out of... Oh,
yeah.
No. So what are we missing that has to go there? I don't know. That's my problem. It's Spiral Cave. Oh my god, it's... Yes! No! Yes!
Beautiful.
Zelda says he gets big bomb.
I love this. Like, inadvertently, I love this so much. Because now I think the mountain is dead to you. You get...
Yeah. You don't have really anything up there that you care about anymore, right?
No, I think the only value left in the mountain is the climb.
Yeah, it's just getting those last 4 items out of GT.
But I think Zeb was actually expecting that to push you to Vu, and this is perfect.
Yeah, this is really interesting. This is Spiral Cave. It's not interesting. So he's probably going to go... He's not going to walk up to Catfish. He has decided instead, no, I won't walk up to Catfish.
Yeah, and I don't hate this as well. He's not touched... Well, maybe not. So he's not touched Zora. He can then hookshot across, and you do this a different way.
Zelda has managed to skirt this portal something badly. Miendiem, unfortunately...
Can you recover this portal?
I believe the answer apparently is yes.
Alright, cool.
So
Did not know that.
So Miendiem has actually reversed themselves into Turtle Rock. I don't believe they've actually checked the Old Man save and quit point. I don't even know if they saved the Old Man. So this will actually get them into the mire area, which is good for them. That'll be their tower here at Big Key. They'll also be able to check the TR entrance, the mire entrance. So it's like perfect.
Okay, so we know TRs are like. I wish one of them would do a map check at some point. I think we do have like a critical mass of maps. So we know TRs are dependent.
Oh, Zelda's gonna hate this. I don't think. No, I don't. I'm not sure if Zelda turned the mushroom. It's not in his inventory anymore, so I guess he turned it in.
Yeah, he turned it in. Yeah. I think that he did 2 into 7.
Yeah, he got it done. Yeah. I must have missed just the fleet over to the potion shop. Yeah, so Miendiem's gonna see this.
And Miendiem actually did scout this big key, so he should know.
Yeah. Just a map at Catfish. Skullwoods, it's nice. It's a red crystal. Zelda's gonna be like, whoa! I can't believe I pulled that off. Oh no. Miendiem buys a key. 9 big keys. I don't think you really want to buy any. I think that
I mean, at this point, pod is 5.
You're looking at 5 for pod. You're still looking
3-ish for
two
GT.
2 or 3 for GT. Like getting to 9, I guess is. I don't think you kind of want to buy any more keys.
I mean, at this point, yeah.
Look, you don't hook shot that bush. You don't hook shot that bush because it actually loses it. The hook shot will lose hook shot detection because you're crossing over the x-axis in this area. It's a really.
I didn't know the proper reason, but
unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
We now have access to every
non-boots lock.
Yeah.
And we already know one of those 3, 4 are dead.
Yes.
Of course, that being said, there's only one non-boots. There's only one mids locked entrance that we haven't actually seen.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because we did actually get sped out at.
We got sped out at Ice Palace and both Ice Palace and Turtle Rock.
You're right. Yeah. Yes, in fact, those mitts are
really just good for Smith Train.
Yep.
Hi, FG. Zelda's like, hey, this will work out slightly better for Zelda because I'm sure Zelda's going to attempt to follow this and try to get himself up. Well, I don't think.
My DM's like, I'm doing this. I'm having fun. I'm making money.
Yeah. Well, that's just Arrow game, unfortunately. Zelda made more than miendiem did in a couple seconds. And bombs. Yeah, Zelda's gonna find here, then get locked up by boots. But honestly, you probably don't feel too bad about that because you have the mitts, so you can just do the nice easy portal transition. So really, we don't have a lot of entrances where pod could be Potter.
We have North Dark World at this point, and I believe
it's basically like North Dark World. Miendiem's going to take their newly found hook shot and go into Misery Mire.
I think this makes sense. Yeah, this is
a good HX. You can steal a bunch of small keys too. Misery Mire has 6 locked doors and 6 keys. You actually don't need any of them to beat it. And so you can probably pick up 3 or 4 of them if you really wanted to. Sitting at 9 keys, I don't know if I would steal more than 1 or 2 of them. I think you're probably set on keys for almost the rest of the seat, but we'll see. Just 2 for silver arrows in the Spike Cave chest.
Yeah, I do think that at this point, I like the play of just finding your entrances, right? Because you either need boots, or everything, yeah.
Or we could be looking at one of the more interesting propositions, which is pod or swamp is on pendant, and it's sitting in GT.
Right.
Which is not off the table at this point, which is actually kind of weird. It actually kind of reminds me, one of the other Retrance games that we had in this tournament was Illis versus Dapper Wormman.
Mm-hmm.
There was a there's how there's supposed to be a take any cave for the sword, and in this case we found it. We found the sword, in Light World Hype Cave in this seed. We never actually found the sword in that seed. And we were down to 4 entrances unseen, including GT. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, the good news for the Smith is he's not that far from a warp point, so he's not going to go poof.
Yeah.
Into a frog and get sent back to the Dark Road. But that it only dies for we don't need TR big. We can beat Meyer. We can beat these now.
Zelda is entrance go mode.
Zelda is potentially an entrance go. Yes.
It could be boots for entrances, but is effectively entrance go mode.
Yes. He'll go check the rest of his entrances, and then probably dip Meyer then.
I know for a fact he at least has the pod map. Boy howdy, do I wish he would check it.
Look, you will check the map as soon as you walk into the dungeon. You know how this works.
It's awful. Do not make me reach across this commentary booth. I will slap you. I have no qualms.
Oh,
about
good.
that.
There is in fact a mail upgrade that Zelda may be forced to get. Okay, so I guess he's gonna push. Yeah.
I think this is fine. Yeah.
There's only one thing that'll really speed this up, and that's Boots. And Boots could be in here, for all we know.
You're here, it makes sense. You're in potentially up to 2 entrance go mode.
Yeah, he has to. He probably has recognized that. And,
yeah. I think this is again that tension in the spring is Zelda. You have the small keys.
Look, he could technically need to blow them all apart.
He's gonna get it later.
Oh wait, yeah, that's right. I forgot. He doesn't have to walk up that. That's just muscle memory.
Oh yeah, no, that is.
That's 100%. If he thought about it a second time, he wouldn't have done that. Like if you were to do that, I think I can think of somebody who would have kind of just posted mad looking at panda emote in your chat.
Look, I am guilty of doing the same thing.
Oh no, it's like one of those it's one of those tiny little optimizations that you don't think about necessarily. And it's this mode specific, and this is not a commonly played mode, so I can totally understand it.
I would also imagine too that Zelda's probably literally not even thinking. He's got muscle memory for Thieves Town. He might be looking at his map track and going, "Okay, how do I clean this up?" Right? Like there is maybe half an eye on proper Thieves Town at this point. He knows what he needs to do, which is doing the thing.
Yeah.
What will be interesting is when miendiem clears this. If this is a pendant, we are almost certainly down to boots entrances as like a, I think, probabilistic, like, large chance here.
Yeah. Zelda's gonna get away with not having checked, like, north entrances in this seed for almost an hour and a half. Which, to be fair, with kind of like how everything's rolled out, isn't terrible.
We had hammer locked by the glove with the glove entrance. No, we didn't. Never mind. That's a lie, because that was not at the glove entrance. That was literally just hanging out about. So yeah, no. I mean, we got to a pretty quick glove out of Spike Cave, hammer out of Dark Lake Hylia shop to get these. Yeah, but still.
Yeah.
All right, that was a crystal. So
yes.
We're one of two. I think your case of the other one is probably just sitting in GT, and probably Swamp, knowing how the stupid game works, because of the 2 entrance requirement. Ha ha ha.
Yeah. So It looks like miendiem's finally remembered that I can check Desert Palace Big Chest. Miendiem has forgotten that they can check Desert Palace Big Chest again. So that's another crystal. Okay, so miendiem has remembered finally that they can check Desert Palace Big Chest. Okay, so it is Swamp. Swamp is our last pendant, we need to find Pod.
Okay, so Pod will likely... I mean, we have a couple things left. We haven't seen Graveyard Ledge?
We haven't seen Graveyard Ledge. I think we've seen Dark Sink. No, we've seen Dark Sink. We haven't seen anything, because I forget exactly how miendiem didn't check those when walking up, but we'll see. Is this Sea House? This is just money.
Yeah, miendiem heading over, I think this is probably Hera, and then after this, save and quit.
This is probably Hera and then doing Desert North.
Right.
Killing Lambdas.
Yeah.
Like, this is not a bad plan. This is nice rated pot. Yeah, Zelga not going to get beaten by boots on purple chest. Has walked past Gary the old man. Hey, 40% of a silver arrow.
Really
gonna do Meyer
with silver arrow economics, but no, this makes sense. Yeah, this is clean into Meyer.
Yeah, there's miendiem's Ice Palace, big key. Like miendiem isn't really that far behind. It's the mids don't look like they'll be locking anything, so missing Zora, missing Shovel isn't really going to be too bad on them. Actually, just
missing Shovel, which was in Doji basement, right?
No, Shovel was Mushroom Turn-In.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So anyway, I hate this seed.
Like, I want to hate this seed. I can't hate this seed. It gave us a Moon Pearl on Mothula. Like, that alone is worth the price of admission.
You're not wrong. It's just disgusting.
Yeah. But, like, realistically, for entrances, it's like we've got the Curio Shop, we've got Dark Sink, we've got Graveyard Ledge, and then the Glove entrance is up there. And Dark Lumberjack, I think.
I think you're right.
Yeah. I kind of expect Zelda... I'd be interested to see if Zelda kind of decides to go dive Skullwoods. Being this close... After this, you'll know that he's one crystal. He's just finding Pod from Go mode, so... I don't think you really want to dive back a Skullwoods immediately. That's a lot of time commitment for what will only be like one entrance.
I think your route ends. Your route ends there, so you probably don't know how you slice it together, but your route ends at the back of Skullwoods, more than likely.
miendim with the nice little hook shot the side of the door.
So I was yelled at by Goomba, of all people. He said that is probably slower than hookshot right and then hookshot up.
I would tend to agree, but it looks cool. That saves like no seconds. I appreciate.
Go ahead.
No, Beer, I was gonna say I appreciate the dodgeball reference.
Like I said earlier, Magnet was like, I'm just gonna take all of the leftover free agents that are really good at this game, and then Beer's like, this is just team friendship.
Magnet was Ben Stiller in this equation, is what you're saying.
Yep, 100%. If we're gonna keep the dodgeball references, 100%. I really love the muscle memory of grabbing these keys. I don't think there are enough locked doors left in this game that Zelda even remotely
Zelda
think
needs to
about
open like one more door, one more locked
Yeah.
door. There, take your mail. So Zelda could theoretically be on like 18 hearts in red mail right now, and has opted not to. I can understand the red mail. The 18 hearts is a bit more of a story. Because it wasn't like he was exactly at... he was only at like 6 or 7 hearts when he started to skip. He never did any of the take-any, so it was only at like 6 or 7 hearts. And it wasn't like death warping was an issue. The mirror was in Link's house.
Yeah, so if we were really to sum up, I think a little bit more efficiency, but right now, miendiem is basically just, in terms of things done, the Aga Tower, which is 2 minutes, and then the GT basement, right? Which GT basement didn't really lead to all that much, if I'm remembering right.
I think it had the Thieves' Town big key, but yeah. It had the... No, it didn't. Something... Shovel might have had Thieves' Town big key.
Yeah, Shovel was our, I think, Thieves' Town big key, but this it effectively was just the... That's about the difference between these two players right now. So again, we're still looking for an entrance, right? Like, it could just be in a boost hunt, of all things.
Can't believe Zelda spent 100 rupees to kill Vitreous.
Can't believe Zelda just threw away 100 rupees in the wall.
Yeah.
50 rupees in the wall, but yeah.
But that is 6 crystals now for Zelda. He now knows Pod is his last crystal. So now he knows, I just need to go find Pod. Let me go find Pod. And he decides to go find Pod by going through an entrance, and I forget where this is going to take him.
This takes him to Hype Cave.
This is a weird entrance for him to take. I'm legit wondering why he's doing this entrance in particular.
This might be to grab... I don't know if he spotted this ether, but this is clean up to get the ether for
yeah, he wants ether for my entrance, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Hobo's kind of a tech you can do. I guess if you want to try to like make sure you can kind of get your hands on the boots before this is just like greeting. This is greeting for boots. This is what this is.
I mean, this is efficient. Greeting for boots, yes. It's also like end game cleanup, right? Like I think Zelda knows that. Like, yeah.
I'm one item. I'm literally finding an entrance from Go mode. I'm just saying it's greeting for boots because, like, in the case that it is boots locked, you'd kind of like to have the boots before you do Lord Dark World, just to like be able to just grab those couple entrances.
Yeah, I think in Zelda's case, this is like 70. I was like, it's like 6 out of 8 entrances. I think that he has not checked are available to a boots locked, right? So
yeah. But there are also 2 that are kind of like easier to do with everything else. But yeah.
Yeah, it's of Dark Link's house as well. So we have King's Tomb, Bonk Rock's Dark Link house,
Yeah. Turtle Rock, on the other hand. This is aggressive. I shouldn't say this seems overly defensive. One item from Goma. No more than 1 item from Goma. I guess this is just, I'm here, let me do this now. Because there's nothing here other than boots that could help you. And quite frankly, the odds are that you don't need boots. And I'm not saying that this is like a wrong play. I'm just saying that like, Because I think this is a very defensive play.
I think defensive is the right word for this. I think that if you're in Zelda shoes, you want to be able to do this very cleanly, and I think that's literally been like the characteristic of his play has been efficient and clean, right? Like he's not done any unnecessary orphans, like that. You know, everything has been.
Yeah, once he finally kind of got his hands on some at the start of the seed, it's been a very, very clean route for Zelda. Miendiem, like, on the other hand, like, has been a little rougher. Not horribly so, but has been rougher. So I guess this is probably going to be the rest of North Dark World.
And I think it's not even rougher. I think the order of operations in the mid game was a little bit was unkind, right? Like I do think that the for you know, I hate that like the Eastern play was early time, but like I do think that there was some cleaner route by Zelda, but I do think some of the early connector diving in the way it was done was an order of operations that hurt miendiem more than anything. I really do think it's like, yes, he's certainly, like we said earlier on, maybe not entrance isn't his forte, but I don't think there's anything that's miendiem that's on. It's like, oh my god, I can't believe he did that. So he actually played this very solidly.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if now miendiem opts to climb. I don't think he will. But like to be honest, like it's still like miendiem hasn't done Agatha. miendiem doesn't have done Hyrule Castle.
So we're missing 3 entrances now. So this is we saw this. Okay, so we now have Graveyard Ledge and Skullwood's back for Zelda.
Yeah.
Oh baby! Oh baby!
Zelda not happy to find that there, but he will be going in there soon, I am sure. Zelda does not have a lot of items left. A lot of places left to check in the game. And a lot of item locations left in the game.
I mean, I think this is you hope that it's
you've got like 3 more. You've got like 4 more entrances, and then if not, you're diving. Because realistically, like once if Zelda if we do not find Pod in these next 4 entrances, I know that one of them isn't, but like if Zelda does not find it in the next 4 entrances, realistically, Zelda really only has like Top of GT. Skip your heart. Top of GT and Swamp left to do, because he's going to do Swamp. He's going to do Skullwoods when he goes into Skullwoods.
You know, there is an entrance on his tracker, and I just peeked this because I couldn't remember. He never checked Pod.
Yeah, Pod was bombable HUD, and it was only a set of bombs.
Right. It's more that is something that he could do.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he can do it. I don't think he will do it. I think like you made your routing decision early on, and it's Pod. And if only I had an emote in my vast collection of emotes to summarize how people feel about Pod.
Oh boy, howdy, do I have that one ready to go for you.
Oh wow, it's like we know that emote. Pals of Darkness, everybody hates it. So we're gonna need to find boots.
Yeah,
that's the long and short of it now. Is we're gonna have to go find boots. To be honest, for Zelda's sake, I think what's going to have to happen is he's going to have to go find boots. He'll probably do Swamp Palace and then save and quit and check Pod entrance or something. I think his efficiency is going to demand that.
Yeah. I would love to see this as a super risky play, but I don't think it makes a lot of sense for miendiem to climb now. Maybe that's wrong, actually. I'm trying to think of what miendiem theoretically has left on the table, because miendiem doesn't have much left. The climb might actually be.
No, they don't. They haven't seen Swamp Palace, which is probably enough to dissuade them. which could be enough to just. Oh no, they're climbing.
Here we go.
So this will be interesting. This is going to be time. Miendiem could. They're still missing the Thieves Town big key.
Yeah, the Thieves Town big key is going to be the linchpin in this. Theoretically, the boots could be here, and it will be a race. I don't know how fast you get back to the shovel, in which the potion shop for your Thieves Big. I suspect that at this point, that's probably going to be the worst thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, most situations here pretty much put Zelda on top.
There's really just not a lot of space in the game where Miendiem's going to have enough of a time gap. Because, like, Zelda has had 6 crystal. Miendiem is only at 4, so Miendiem still has to go through beat Thieves Town. Miendiem still has to go find... I'm sorry, Miendiem's at 5. Yeah, so they still have to go find the Thieves Town big key, clear the back of Thieves Town. And then hope,
I mean, it is...
The unfortunate thing is, like, if boots are up here, then they could easily get suckered into overclearing Pod and
However, this does open up checking Zora for miendiem as well. So theoretically, it's a long shot. But if I'm sitting on Team Friendship, the anime power of friendship over there with Beer and everyone else, and I am just clenching my teeth, that route from letting off the top of the castle to Zora and Potion Shop would be it.
I mean,
look, I'm not saying it's a high chance, but I'm saying there's a chance.
I mean, the question here is, do you do that? I guess the problem is Miendiem doesn't seem to realize that they don't actually have to kill Aga 2. Might not realize that. Or
Miendiem has never gone to the back.
Miendiem hasn't done anything in Castle to begin with.
Yes.
But, like, I guess... it's just one of those migraines. It's just like, I actually don't know why they never dipped Castle when they found it to begin with. Especially in Retrance, because normally the 2 checks that you think are key-locked aren't key-locked. Zelda going to try to clean up some items here. Hoping for boots. Not gonna find boots.
I'm sorry. I'm flabbergasted. Oh, that's been hanging out for Zelda for a while now. This is...
Look, he hasn't even touched Magic Bat yet.
No, that's fair. Tracking both of them with my entrance tracker, and again, I think we did this about an hour ago, but I want to thank Lady Lorlinda for tracking for most of the stuff and keeping me honest. I forget what things he has.
You know what we haven't. And we keep forgetting this is. We still actually haven't seen Spiral.
I think Spiral Cave has to be at GT to let out at.
We haven't seen. Well, no, we know where it needs to let out, but it could be boots locked. And the mirror and Pod is the Light World entrance. Yeah, Zelda's going to discover that this is the floating island connector.
Now, what do you do from here if you're Zelda?
Fortunately, I don't think we've seen boots so far on the climb, so it's probably in Swamp Palace.
Come on, right here. Validation chest boots. Where you at, Skelly?
Well, at least Miendiem realized that he doesn't have to kill Aga 2, so that's going to be a little bit... He's not going to waste the time doing that. He can just find the entrance into Hyrule Castle and walk his way to the back.
Sure.
There's actually an entrance to Hyrule Castle at the very bottom of it.
Yes. It's a flute one, yeah.
So this is probably going to be Zelda getting his final go mode in the boots in short order, because I don't think we have anything in logic. I don't think there's anything else where it could be. It's got to be one of the next 10 checks for Zelda.
I believe you're right.
Oh wait, 11 checks. I forgot he hasn't done powder yet. You know, the powder he's had for like 20 minutes. Since like 20 minutes in. When he did the
yeah, that's right.
Pod Eastern combo. Miendiem finally gonna go take out Aga 1 because you know what the stupidest thing about this entire thing is?
What's that? We needed to
wait.
Yes.
So the stupidest thing that we've forgotten about this entire seed is one that we always needed boots to get to Ganon and Lumberjack. The second stupidest thing is that miendiem never checked Magic Pad.
Yeah, I for some reason thought that we checked that. So
yeah, no, I mean I'm pretty sure miendiem didn't have a glove.
No, you're right. That's I need a very stiff drink. Those boots have been available since.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Come on, Dream. Let's do it.
Okay. So anyway, we're all sitting here trying to gigabrain this. To be fair, yes, we needed the boots anyway to win. It was just a matter of time. But
yeah. So Zelda knows he's in go mode. If it's not here, there's only it's over sitting at Dark World Link's Buck Rocks, the pawn shop. And here it is, and of course here it is. Yeah. And for there's something to be said about the game forcing you to have boots for Spiral Cave. Normally, when the game puts Spiral Cave that exits you out at Bumper Ledge, you don't have boots. And in this case, the game actually forced you to have boots. So, thank you, game, I guess. But yeah, Zelda will be done in this seed in about 5-6 minutes at most. Yeah, beer. I'm sorry, it's not marked. Yes, Zelda has Body Key. It was sitting in Mimic Cave over in Dark Deathman.
Oh, that's right. I don't think miendiem ever went back for that as well.
Yeah, so miendiem is realistically sitting like 3 items from go mode. They did see Mimic Cave, but they didn't have a hammer when they saw Zelda had the hammer. And to be fair, miendiem's kind of been clearing crystal dungeons and doing a lot more productive stuff than backtracking. Just kind of unfortunate sequencing.
Yeah, I don't have much to say because I'm still kind of in awe at the fact that we basically had like super early sphere boots just hanging out there because the glove. Okay. Need to remember, where was the fire rod? I have this marked somewhere. Fire rod was in the back of Blind Slut, which is in
Lake's house. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So of course we needed more than that, but we needed the fire rod for Skullwoods, Moon Pearl, to get the glove out of Spike Cave. We had powder that was literally sitting in Saha's hut. We could have had those boots 30-minute mark-ish. Interesting seed all the same, though, because I do think that, like, with Mirror and everything else, there was a lot of pull from how you wanted to route these things.
Yeah. And look, you can just jump right off the ledge and right into Ganon.
Yes, it's almost like Zelda planned that.
Yeah.
It couldn't have been more picturesque. He just wishes he was done 30 minutes ago. And realistically, he knows that he could have been done probably 30 minutes ago. But yeah, I mean, this is, we'll call it textbook, we'll call it trivial. This is butter, sword, silvers. I'm not really worried about Zelda here too much.
No, this is gonna be really fast. Yep, and 200 rupees later, Genna's dead.
Yeah, please get your GGs in chat for zelgadissan.
Yep, with an official racetime.gg time of 1:58:34, zelgadissan wins, and Team DX eliminates Team We Want to Have Fun, aka Beer Double Cheese Double Dip Dodge Dice, whatever the heck that name is. They'll be advancing to face whoever is the winner between No Hyrule, captained by Team Jesse Radical Sniper, and WTS Out of Last Location 101, captained by ELS 24.
Which that game is happening tomorrow. Go ELS.
Well, Game 6 is happening tomorrow. There still is potentially a Game 7.
We are joined, however, Zelga. How are you feeling about that horrific horseshit?
Honestly, I was feeling fairly good until the very end, because, man, that was, so interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it was also kind of interesting for us, because we're trying to figure out exactly what's going on and where everything's... We're pretty much sure we've seen everything in the game but Swamp Palace, and then you pulled the boots out of Magic Bat, and we're like, no one checked Magic Bat.
Yeah. As soon as you had the pearl, that was totally available, because you need at least one glove, or I guess just fake flipper to Zora or something. But yeah, I just never got to the north side, and I was like, that's just one-off items in the drops. I'll just get those eventually, and that happens when you find your boots there. That's for sure.
Yeah, that was a great moon pearl, by the way. Just something you don't normally see in entrance rando, I would say. But
yeah, that's the Retrance classic, because you're not going to see it in normal cross keys.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, the one question I was gonna ask is, when you we were talking about this, right? Like, in a lot of, I feel like your play today was pretty much just don't leave any one-offs, right? Like, you did the quick Ice Palace dip early on for Pengator and you failed, right? Like, obviously there was a bow there later on, which you could have gotten in your first pass, but I think that, like, everything about the way you played today was just like, I want to do this and I don't want to leave anything behind. Like, was there anything that you wish you had done a little bit different, boots notwithstanding, I think?
Yeah, if you don't count the boots, I'm fairly happy with everything. I feel really lucky that every single dungeon I kept doing was a crystal, because I had no maps for almost anything. Right. Almost every single dungeon was just a blind grab. But
it was a nice feeling walking into Bomb Shop and just seeing the bomb available with only 2 crystals done.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it quick enough. Like, I processed the bomb and like, oh, let's talk to the guy and find out what they were. And then, oh yeah, doesn't matter. But yeah, this was interesting. And like I said, I felt fairly good until nearly last location. Because, like, yeah, GT Climb and Swamp was literally all I had until I grabbed the boots.
Yeah, we were saying that was literally, okay, you're cleaning up your one-offs, and the whole time we're like, we need boots, and, like, Tough on I kind of having a moment of being like, you definitely need the boots because of where Pig is, but thinking like, oh, there's just Swamp and Climb left. And the funny thing is that with the way that miendiem actually had routed it, miendiem had literally just done the Climb because he'd effectively run out of stuff. He has not gotten back to the potion shop, because the way that your route actually cleaned up a little bit, you got the mushroom turning into potion shop pretty quick there. So he's missing that shovel into Thieves' Big Key. But he did the Climb, and at this point we're thinking it's either Climb or it's Swamp, and then Climb was nothing, and then you pulled the boots out. We're like, oh, yeah, that was just kind of sitting there for quite a while, which is...
Yeah, and it's just kind of funny because like I kept doing everything in the area except that because like I was about to do it, like oh wait, no, I should go through Spec Rock. I haven't seen where that goes. It might be Bumper Ledge.
Yeah,
So,
at least and then you find out no, that was the floating island connector. Miendiem has had kind of a rough time at some points this seed. They say like they got to the floating island connector and then they never mirrored. I don't think they've ever actually mirrored. It took them a while, unfortunately, and so like we knew that was in logic, and like we knew that you guys had like logical access to Paradox Cave. But by the way, I just want to shout out that Paradox Cave for having the book that locks one end of it.
that was actually pretty funny. Yeah, I didn't find it out until way later, but when I realized, oh yeah, that was book locked, it was kind of funny.
So there was really only like one logical way into Paradox Cave, but like you guys had a way up to the mountain fairly easy and early, and I mean also shout outs to Mira and Link's house for entrance rando seat. Really, really nice. But yeah, like it was definitely like a thing. I really don't have a lot of words for this seed. This was just a really kind of like a lot of interesting stuff happened in it, but also like it was just weird. It was a really weird seed in a lot of ways.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, I do feel like I hit a really good route where I could just kind of kept doing dungeon into dungeon into dungeon in the mid game, which felt really nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, it was really just as soon as the boots fell, I was like, man, that's so easy for me to have lost this race just because I never got those boots.
Yeah.
And that was the one thing where I was thinking, like, if it's between Swamp and GT, like, you've hit such a really good route with... I think the only sad thing was the early sword in that Take Any Cave, because, like, I know you did the quick mirror up to the top of the castle. It was like, ooh, that entrance is gone, right? Like, but that was only, like, I think one of the early hiccups in, like, just order of operations, right? Like, not even a misplay, just you do certain things in certain orders, right? So...
Yeah, that's ended up why I did Castle Tower when I did, because the other option was just find out where the other Paradox entrance went and follow it. So, like, if I just do it now, I know I have to do it, and I'll get that entrance out of the way. Just kind of trying to be fairly efficient, but...
Yeah, shout out to you going and doing the 2 chests, and then only afterwards finding Pig.
I realized when I was in there, like, this actually might be required still, but when it was like a 1 in 4 chance, like, there's no way I can commit to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 100% fair. Especially, like, I could see you committing to it if it wasn't for the fact that Sanctuary was at Pyramid, because, like, that's still a pretty quick way to get back to the top of Pyramid. But with Sync at Pyramid, like, no, you stop at 2 unless you know you have to do it. And with, like, Retrance, like, it can be so weird.
Speaking of veterans, literally the only time my entire rando career will ever be able to say this to you, Zelga. Thieves Town. What? I know you are in pure muscle memory.
So I will tell you that in Thieves Town and Eastern Palace, both times, as I was getting that right side key and then the pot key, both times I was thinking about Armo Shake storage. I was like, do I have a way to do this and not need the boots? And I was trying to piece it all together because I didn't know Eastern was a crystal yet until I got to the big key chest. And then I was thinking, well, I've already got Agate Tower. Where's Ganon's Tower? And as I picked up the key, I was like, oh wait, not only can I not do it, I just wasted that time on the key.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't think miendiem is... hasn't forfeited, but is kind of paused on their screen right now. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on.
Yeah, I will also like to point out again, and Toph was joking about this, is that they banned cross keys against y'all and then happened to roll back like double Retrance which just really unkind.
Yeah, honestly, that kind of sucks. Like, I'm happy, I love it, but obviously not ideal in terms of the team racing.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I think they looked at your team composition and they're like, if we get an entrance seed, there's a good chance that they'll run Wally or Zelda at us. And I don't think that's a wrong assumption. That was probably the right strategic decision in their minds because, quite frankly, you two are great at cross keys, and you're great at entrance rando. And no, I'm not trying to flatter you. I don't want to sound like I'm trying to flatter you or anything. But
he is.
No, I get it, but I mean, I would say the same. Like, if I look at their team, like, I legitimately didn't. Everyone else on our team, I promise, they thought we were going to get a cross keys ban. I did not. I was like, man, they got Mr. Ed, they got Skelly. Like, these guys love playing entrance.
I know they do love it playing entrance, but then the harsh reality came of yeah. Because I had been doing some comps for this tournament. Like, I had been joking with Skelly and with miendiem above. And so I've been joking about this off the course for the last couple of weeks. And I kind of feel bad because it feels like I'm beating a dead horse, which is probably not the right term to be using with a team with Mr. Ed on it. But they definitely, just like one of those things where it's just really, really unfortunate, kind of how the rando bot selected all the modes for this round.
Okay, so I have to ask a question, because Armo Shake Storage, if we were to theoretically, could you have still armed it? Is it with Ice Armos or no?
You can do it with Ice Armos, but the principle is that you have to be able to be teleported to the pyramid, because whenever you transition from underground to overworld, you lose it. So Ganon Tower would have to be in the Dark World for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and unfortunately I was just sitting on the top of Spectacle Rock today.
I know just enough about it to go, nope, we'll never actually pull it off. That'd be one of those things where I'd be sitting and staring at the wiki during the race going,
I'm so upset. The one time on ladder, I was so close to having an Armo Shake Storage seed, and my boots were in the second chest of Castle Tower as I was climbing to do it. It was literally the last chest I was opening in the game. I was so upset.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't have too many more questions for you, Zelda, if there's anything else that you had wanted to say or any call-outs that you wanted to make.
Nothing in particular. I would definitely, I don't mind hanging around for a bit, but obviously just big GGs to miendiem and the rest of the entire team. It was a great series, a lot of fun playing it, and we'll be looking forward to our future opponents.
Yeah. Do you have any preference between the two teams that are still left that you might get matched up against?
I personally don't have a strong preference. I like racing people on both teams in particular, so it should be a lot of fun regardless. I know Jesse and Shireen both, or not Shireen, Jesse and GFE both have the slight edge, but I know Illis can win both of those too, so it should be a lot of fun.
I believe in Illis for the Randomizer, despite it being one of Clown GFE's modes.
I mean, Illis can clown as well. Let's not lie.
No, I do think, unfortunately, it's uphill in that, because it's. I mean, back-to-back GFE Jesse is going to be a rough.
Yeah, that's a rough hill to climb.
And what did they ban in that series? I think they banned what?
They both banned Swordless. So, To be honest, I actually do like looking at the ban modes because it kind of says something about kind of like how the team wants to play it. Both of them banning both of them banning swordless kind of makes sense.
I feel like that's a weird one because I know that, again, with GFE, right? Like, I feel like that's a mode that he would excel in, or maybe I'm reading that wrong.
I could see GFE wanting it, but that's one person out of 4.
Sure, that's fair.
And then I don't really see anybody on Millis' side who would really care for swordless, other than maybe Teto. And even then, I don't think Teto would. I mean, I think Zelda, you guys chose one of the more chaotic things to ban, I think. Open.
Yeah, open is one of those things that just feels like you literally just throw a coin in the air and you determine who won the race, is kind of how open feels to me, so...
Yeah, I could see that because, like, you guys left Kaz Boots on the table, but at least with, like, Kaz Boots, like, you're going to have a really standardized start to everything, and you're going to have kind of really, like, a consistent idea of where that seed's going, like, in the first 15 or 20 minutes of it.
Yeah, I am more of a standard fan than open if I'm playing a non-entrance mode, but that's just me. I like the little warm-up series.
Yeah, I mean, so it's nice to have, like, that 6-minute period of, like, you don't have to think, you just have to execute. And then, but it also kind of leaves you guys with a lot of key sanity modes on the table. So
that's true. I think all of us are pretty solid in key sanity, so no worries on my end, I think.
Yeah. I'm just shocked that let's see. I'm looking at the other the actually decided semifinal right now. Humbug's team has banned open, and Ravis' team has banned Retrance. That's interesting, but I can see it. I'd rather ban Retrance than Crosskeys, but
yeah, Retrance I feel like has just a little bit more chaotic energy to it, just from basically having no small key logic. So it feels a little bit more. Like, yeah, I wouldn't say it's coin flippy, but it's certainly, you can have big swings depending on who finds pod with 1 keys versus 3 or 4.
Yeah, there was definitely like we were definitely talking about it during the race, like how, like, you know, when you find pod, like, you need to have your 6 small keys on hand just so you can, like, kind of, you know, full clear everything, and you know, you're good. And finding pod last was kind of hilarious. Finding pod last behind, of course, mirroring spiral, you know, like a one-way spiral key to bumper ledges.
So I don't think you ever got to check this, Zelga. The tier 1 tree pull was 8 bombs, among other things. And so,
no.
I was gonna give you a hard time. I was like, Houlihan stars were like just completely, they were in love with the seed, right? Because you get the early money, you get potential early bombs if you pick over a bomb, right? You just walk up to Hyrule Castle. But no, it was like, it was a dream for the non-Sank starters. But yeah. Just the mirror in Link's house was a bit of a tee-hee as well.
Yeah. The mirror, like, obviously you love to see it, but it was also really annoying when you do a Sank start and you found yourself at the pyramid. But,
yeah. But I mean, that being said, too, it's like, it probably doesn't. I have to imagine we're like, okay, well, you know what? I'd rather hopefully find a second sword anyway. And, like, at the same time, too, it's like, I can just do the walk, do potty soon at the same time, which you did, right? Like, we were talking about that the whole time on the comms. I think that it sucks a little bit for that Sank start, but it's also a really clean early route too, even with that, right?
Yeah, the one thing that feels bad is when you kind of hard orphan that pod entrance and there was just like a Sphere 1 Pearl that you found somewhere else. That's the only time it feels really bad, but even in this situation, I didn't feel too terrible about leaving it behind.
Yeah, that's... Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, yeah, no, I think that's right, because, like, it's always just nice to just be able to mirror and do Eastern pod together.
I actually wanted your opinion on this, Zelga, and I apologize, Toffel. I was curious about this during the race.
Yeah.
Did you not like the fake flipper for the whirlpool to Catfish from the Hera, like after Landmo?
The whole time I was sitting there thinking I can just start save quit to Sank at any point. Like if I just literally save quit at any point, I'm either at Sank or I'm on top of the pyramid. I can just easily walk up there.
Okay.
So it felt like I had better value in following the last desert connector I hadn't seen and just going with that.
That's totally fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think about that because I think because miendiem had done the spec rock early and followed that and everything else. So yeah, I think that makes a ton of sense. I was just like, that was the play I really wanted you to do at the time, because I thought that route ending with Catfish and the mirrors is... we knew the flippers were there, right? Which is like made that even sweeter. And to be fair, subsequently, you then found the mushroom, which was obviously the big sort of kick in the ass of the seed anyway. So it worked out in your favor, but I was curious about your thoughts on that, so it makes perfect sense.
Yeah. I also will apologize. I should also apologize. I believe there was a point in Ice Palace because miendiem had dipped it earlier, and I'm like, Fire Rod hasn't really locked our lamp or our bombos yet.
There's nothing to apologize
and you're going to get your bow in here. You're going to be really happy because you get the single tip Easter. And so everything kind of worked out your favor in some things.
Okay, see, I thought we were going in a different direction and we're going to poke fun at Wally for the rule of fire bombos.
No, but
I mean, I wanted to, but unfortunately, because it literally did lock every other fire, and Toffel just called it a mile away, and I was upset.
I got mad at myself. I should not have willed it. I got mad that I made that joke.
So, sometimes it just feels like that's how entrance goes. Everything kind of just lines up perfectly for that.
Yeah, but it was.
I'm wondering how long until miendiem remembers that he has. This might be it, actually.
I don't know. I don't think he's found.
Oh, he's not followed this. Okay, yeah.
He should know where this goes, but he probably doesn't know because...
He doesn't know because I think Lamp, and he hasn't found... Or he's found 2 dark connectors, potentially, a long time ago.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah. No, go! Mimic Cave is here! Don't flute! Mimic Cave!
Yeah, it is, actually.
Sick man! Water! No. Yeah. Miendiem's very close to getting done with the seed, but unfortunately, seemingly getting a little kind of confused at the end of it. If this is like his 3rd entrance rando seed ever, this actually isn't bad.
Oh, no, if that's the case, then yeah, this is still looking really good. I think it took me probably pushing double digits before I was down in like the 245 to 3 hour range. Even then, I was well above that.
Yeah, and I mean, AFG said earlier, that's like playing. If tomorrow I was like, oh, I'm gonna 1v1 Zelda. 1, I'm gonna just not sleep the night before, and then 2, like this is a very tall order task. And in general, I think that miendiem has played the seed really well. I think he cut corners and actually got fortunate with some of the things as well. And like it almost worked out in his favor, but the thing that I feel like watching a lot of really good cross-keys players like yourself and Wally as an example is like this sort of endgame cleanup. Like it's almost masterful sometimes how like you string things together, and this whole time I'm like, oh, he's gonna do X, Y, and Z, and you're like, actually first I'm gonna do this, and it makes the route come together even more cleanly, which is kind of it's almost like very harmonious in a way to kind of watch that as well. So
yeah, I appreciate it. It's one of those things like the more you play, the more you kind of just run into situations, and inevitably you screw it up when you think like 20 minutes later, oh man, I could have maybe done this, and just kind of gets banked in the back of your head, and eventually it starts to come together the more you play it. Yeah, I can't stress enough how hard it is to play Entrance, especially if it's not something you're super familiar with.
For sure.
So
Yeah.
huge props to miendiem for this.
Yeah.
And I think luckily we didn't have the sort of the Retrance extravaganza of finding an early pod with only 1 or 2 small keys, and then like having to piecemeal your way back to it as well.
Or the ever popular Entrance Random Spectacular. Let's just go file like 6 connectors in a row, and just hope you didn't make the wrong turn at one of them to get to the Dark World to go get your Moon Pearl and other items.
Yeah, that's a classic. I feel like the thing that I always run into in Retrance is a Sphere 1 Samaria, and then you end up traversing to one side or the other of Turtle Rock. It's kind of the one I usually see.
Yeah. You could have actually done that this seed, which is weird, because like Samario's just sitting over down in... well, at the least, Miendiem's getting boots. But yeah, Samaria on...
Laser Bridge.
Laser Bridge was... that was a nice spot for that. So... Miendiem's very close to being done. The only thing that they kind of have to do now is...
They still have the pod big key. So...
which is the mushroom turn, which they've done. They just haven't gone back to check it. Oh, wait, no, it's... No, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. That's Mimic Cave in the Dark World, which they haven't done.
Yeah. Here's another thought that I had, and I was surprised with this. And again, one of your thoughts on this: you spent the small key early in Hera. One, of course, very much out of logic, but 2, was it just because this sucks to get back to? I don't want to do this, because I think it was like your first small key with low resources early game.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. I was just one of those things. I never wanted to get back there anytime soon until I had a good reason. So it was kind of one of those, just, I don't want Hera Basement sitting out there when I find a Pearl 5 minutes later, and then I've just got that sitting there forever. I'm never going to know. Kind of felt like, if the game gave me an early fire on and an early enough key, let's just go ahead with it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I think Retrance for me always screams like the early resource management can put you on a kind of interesting path, and that's why it was... I thought it was surprising, but it also makes perfect sense from the standpoint of it's on the other side of a desert connector, it's dark shopping mall. Even with a mirror, I don't want to have to do this multiple times, right? So...
yeah, pretty much. Like, it wasn't too bad to get back over there once I had the flute, but that was way beyond me having completely full cleared Hera by then.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Miendiem kind of failed to recognize that Spiral Cave would have to be the thing that sets him out of Bumper Ledge. And then opted to go check the other Dash Rock entrances instead. Where are you going? Okay, this is probably... yeah, this is going to be running back over to Spiral Cave. My only concern right now is that I'm not really too have left that could be in pod, other than maybe the Ice Rod, and I don't know if that's going to keep distracting Miendiem from going to do Mimic Cave.
I mean,
Yeah, I think Ice Rod or Turtle Rock Big could.
Oh yeah, we still don't see. We still never saw TR Big.
And I don't think that he actually found... Did he? I wasn't paying attention. I think he missed actually that swamp. He's still missing the swamp entrance as well.
Yeah. He got boots. He kind of dodged checking Bumper Ledge as a result. Maybe for his benefit that he thinks that it's a GT entrance, but he'll probably put those pieces together and check it otherwise. So Zelga, I think Zaf and I are gonna like just keep going on for a little while until miendiem finish. I don't know how much longer you would like to stick around for, because I think we're coming up on, I think almost half an hour. So I don't know if you have any other plans for the rest of the night. So
I might step away for like a snack or something, but I can definitely come back whenever miendiem. Oh god,
no,
not a
it's the ice run!
I'm sorry.
You have got to stop talking. You need to get a snack.
To be fair, there's only like 24 locations left in the game, and 14 of them are in pod.
I know.
It was statistically likely.
Yeah, I'll step away for a little bit, but I'll definitely come back for the ending.
Sounds good.
Okay.
See you in a few.
Yeah. Is this your remote EFG?
Oh, of course it is. But I'll even say apropos name. We'll call it out as it is an emote that exists with a name that exists.
Whatever the name is, I don't get the reference. So whatever.
Bless your heart.
I'm an innocent boy. I'm the most innocent man. I'm the most innocent boy in Rando. I swear. Just because I send people bad seeds sometimes doesn't mean them.
Yeah, no. I still have, I think, one or two. I still haven't run that Ambrosia seed that you sent me from Ellis, by the way.
Oh, don't play that. That was Ellis' seed.
I did tell him I was going to play it at some point, so
Yeah.
it's a matter of time.
At least we're almost at 19 hearts.
Yeah, and Pod actually...
We're at 20 hearts. We've made the dream.
Oh, God.
Though there are an extra 4 heart containers in this item pool, so...
Yep.
It's actually easier to get to 20 hearts in this seed than these settings than it is in other settings. At least we don't have like 20 hearts, 20 full heart containers to beat Ganon. Unlike another randomizer that involves Zelda.
Mm. For those of you who are still sticking around as well, thank you for hanging out.
Yeah. I'll probably be around tomorrow. I'm planning on trying to help out with the restream with Ellis and GFE in Game 6, so if you guys want to go check that out at, I think it's supposed to be like 2:30 Eastern in the afternoon. That'll be happening on ZSR, but...
I think you have a co-com for that as well. It's you and Tyler, correct?
Yes, I believe Tyler signed up for that. miendiem has now Do You Want to Think? And like it just gotta go do... Well, at least they're not going to Swamp Palace.
Alright, where are we going?
They're floating to 1, which is good. They're walking into Skullwoods again for the 5th time. I don't know if it's the 5th time. I think it's at least the 3rd. They've gone into Hyrule Castle. I hope they are trying to remember where Mimic Cave is. They are not heading for Mimic Cave. This is the Brothers Connector, which if they took that would get them to the other side of Death Mountain where they could get into Mimic Cave. Is this GT? You have collected every item out of GT. Unless you have not done Tile Room. You have not done Tile Room.
Oh, I will be right back then while Tile Room happens. I will also get a snack. Please forgive me.
That is fair. So anyway, how about those Mets, baby? That room was just arrows. Or it would have been an arrows if we hadn't replaced them all with blue rupees. Oh no, it's a 2-hour, 34-year-old man rescue. Oh boy, that's okay. That would explain why miendiem never went into mire like that from the save and quit. I forgot they never actually rescued Old Man. Dashing across the bridge. This is good. Okay, good. There we go. We remember where Mimic Cave is. Almost. Off by one, that's fine. It happens all the time in entrance. Especially with these two caves. And there we go. Gold Sword makes quick work of the Mimics. miendiem is finally going to get their pot key and finally enter Go mode after 2.5 hours. A quick mirror, a flute 6. And miendiem should be finishing up in the next 5 minutes.
Oh baby, I have come back and we found a big key.
Yep. miendiem has apparently managed to completely pigeonhole the fact that Graveyard Ledge exists. Probably
That's
for the
fine.
best.
It's for the best. He doesn't need to know that that's Swamp and that's 10 other items.
Yeah. He did finally save the old man at 2 hours and 35 minutes in.
The old man needed to find his home. It's fine. Sooner rather than later.
Unfortunately, this is a seed where you didn't have to run through Spiral Cave twice. But
You had boots for it in the end. It's fine. It's when you have to run Spiral Cave multiple times, bootsless.
Yeah.
Dora the Explorer style.
no swiping?
Swipe or no swiping. So at some point in the couple minutes while I've been away, miendiem has hit Go mode.
Literally, just about 20 seconds before you came back in.
Perfect!
Look, I got to see Tower Room, I got to see the old man get rest.
It's really funny to me that, like, between the two of us, right, like, we were thinking about all these, like, what density was left, and we, like, just missed these one-offs that each player had, like, left untouched.
Yeah.
Say the seed was grueling in some ways.
Yeah. I mean, Mimic Cave is annoying because, of course, like, you need the hammer to get at it, and the fact that I was sitting on Dark East Death Mountain is probably like the worst possible case for that, because that's just a spot that is like absolute death to get back to if you don't hit it the first time.
I think that there were 2 other times when miendiem could have done it, and I think unfortunately he missed it. It was the Aga Tower play, right? Like I think that's also what Zelda coupled it into, and I that was the best time to route that back in. And I think unfortunately his brain was, let me get this done, like let me take the 2 minutes to think, and it was just unfortunate that that was the answer.
Yeah. It got a little bit easier, admittedly, because miendiem did go with the mitts off of Zora, so. Because otherwise you kind of had to go, like, you have to probably take a connector to get over there. Bomb strats. I don't think the second one hit. The first one did. Don't think the third.
miendiem, my brother in Ganon, you have...
Okay. Look, the gold sword doesn't deal damage to the mask. You know this.
I understand this, and I understand at this point he's probably having fun with it, and I totally respect that. And if nothing else, I'm here for it.
Yeah. And 2 hours, 39 minutes in, about 39 seconds. That is the 7th crystal for miendiem. All you got to do is just hop off that ledge and dash screen north. Grab a bomb. No.
miendiem, no.
At least he flew it to 8. At least he flew it to 8. Look, it could have been worse. He could have flew it to 3. Normally, this is actually the right portal that you want to flute to if you are doing entrance for Rando again, and as a lumberjack, this is the fast way to get there. Unfortunately, you're also kind of running right by the entrance to pod this way.
You know what? Again,
2 hours, 40 minutes in, you don't really care.
Yeah. Alright, it's just a pig roast, you have butter, you have silvers, you have all the makings for a good dinner. miendiem, wrap this up for us.
There's phase 1. Dash poke strats for phase 2, 3, 4. Quick spin. Okay. We've now overkilled on phase 2. We're good. Nice head for... You know, honestly, I didn't realize that he only did 1 teleport for the first couple cycles of phase 3.
I'm gonna be real with you. Same.
I knew Zelda finished it fast. I didn't realize, wow, it's min teleport cycle.
Yeah.
I knew Zelda had finished it fast. I didn't realize part of the reason why he had finished it fast was minimum teleport cycles. Yep, and 2 doubles. Nice.
That's clean. Ugh. Mm.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. Just fire those rupees in the air.
Get your GGs in chat, y'all. miendiem, wrapping this up. The sea was grueling. It was an uphill battle, but huge respect for finishing this seed out to miendiem.
Yeah. miendiem is trying not to take those rupees with those silver arrows with him.
He's hard locked.
I don't know. I don't have any words. Congratulations. He hardlocked his game 2 hours and 42 minutes and 8 seconds.
We're gonna call that. You know what? Okay. I think that the spiritual winner of this seed is miendiem. He got like 5 in a row in the 99 rupees. He managed to hardlock his game on Pig.
Yeah.
That's a completion.
Yeah. That was a very good. Well, maybe the tournament where at Pinskin.
Yeah.
I
don't know if I can drag him.
I'm gonna try.
Boom. miendiem, GG's. How do you feel?
GG.
Oh, GG's.
Yeah.
That's what everybody was looking forward to, right?
It was definitely a thing to end this seed on, yeah. How are you feeling? I guess
fine. That's entrance for me. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, you may be hard on yourself. I will say that one, I
Hey,
know
GG.
that entrance is not a thing that you do a lot of. I really think that your early to mid game was pretty spot
That's what
on. I
everybody
think
was
you played
looking
it really
forward to,
well, and
right?
I think the thing, obviously you know what items like hurt you, right? Like, and it wasn't even like
It was
that you
definitely a
played
thing
it
they had to
poorly;
sit
they were
on,
just
yeah.
one-offs, right?
No, it was
How
sequencing
are
that
you
got me
feeling?
more than anything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
fine.
guess-
That's entrance for me. It is what it is.
You did have a bit of luck. You got that bow a little bit earlier than
Okay,
Zelda
you may be
did.
hard on yourself. I will
Unfortunately,
say
like it
that
didn't really
one,
lock
I know
hammer,
that
or,
entrance is not a
anything,
thing that
any
you
of the
do a
ice
lot
pals.
of. I really
The
think that
rest
your
of the
early
ice
mid game
pals
was
could. So
pretty
No, it
Uh,
when you
spot on. I
take
think you
that
played
and
it
you go
really well,
right
and I
back to
think the thing,
Eastern and you get the flute, you think,
know
well,
what
maybe
items like hurt you, right?
maybe
Like, and
this
it
is a
wasn't even like that
convenience
you
for
played
me,
it
if
poorly.
nothing
They
else.
were
Maybe
just
this lets me
one-offs,
get to the
right?
other
No,
things that I need more
sequencing that got
quickly
me
than
more
my
than
opponent,
anything.
and it just didn't play out that way.
yeah, I think the Zelda managed to rescue the old man the first time on the mountain. He didn't wait 2 hours and 35 minutes to do so. So like you kind of had that area access earlier.
No,
Or at
when you
least like
take
he
that
had
and
the
you go
Mire
right
area
back to
access around the
Eastern
same
and you
time you
get the
did.
flute, you think, well,
So like that kind of
maybe this
did
is a
negate
convenience for
probably
me,
the
if
biggest
nothing
thing that
else.
a flute
Maybe
could
this
do for
lets
you
me
in
get to the
entrance.
other things that I
It
need
did help
more
like getting you
quickly than
back to
my opponent, and
Kakariko
it just
because there were
didn't
so
play
many
out that way.
dungeons and connectors in there. It wasn't like horrible.
I think
But-
the Zelda managed to
yeah.
rescue the old man the first time on the mountain. He didn't wait 2 hours and 35 minutes to do so. So like,
Sorry,
you
I'm
kind of had that Mire
still in a
access
bit of
area access
awe on
earlier.
the hard lock.
Or at
The
least,
the
like,
hard
he
lock
had
No,
was
you see,
area
beautiful.
access
Yeah.
around
I
the
figured
same
the
time.
joke was going to be I fluted
So,
to
like, that
8
kind
rather
of
than
did
jumping down.
negate
That was
probably
entirely
the biggest thing
intentional,
that
so
we could
that
do.
No,
Zaf
we
would have
we
something to
called you
rib
out
me
on that.
about.
Don't
It did
worry.
help, like, getting you
No,
back
that
Don't
was
worry.
right there, so
because
that
there were so many
Zaf could
dungeons and
rag on
connectors
me
in there. It
right
wasn't
there
like
before the end of the seed, and then I did something even more impressive. So yeah.
Yeah.
I am not gonna sit here and rag on you for that seed. I have nothing but kind words to say. I think, given
So,
everything else that happened, right?
still
Like,
in a
I will
bit
give
of
you a little bit of a
awe
hard
on
time
the
for
hard
forgetting to mirror when you got spit out.
No, you
at
see,
Floating Island.
I figured
But
the joke was
everything
going to
else
be I
past
fluted
that,
to 8 rather than jumping
you
down.
played
That
a
was
fine seed.
entirely intentional, so that Zaf
No,
would
we-
have something
we
to rib
called
me
I am
you
not
out
about.
on
going to
that.
sit
Don't
here
worry.
and
No,
rag
that
on you
was right
because
there, so
I
that
think
Zaf could
even when I
rag
said
on
early
me
on,
right
like, this
there
is an
before
uphill
the end of
battle,
the
but I
seed, and
think
then I did something
the
even
early
more
part of the
impressive.
seed
So
you had
yeah.
good
I
sequencing,
am
and
not
there were
gonna sit
things
here
that
and
definitely
rag
could have
on you
gone
for
your
that
way. And
seed.
frankly
I
speaking,
have nothing but kind
at the
words to
time
say,
you
I
made
think,
the
given
GT
everything
climb,
else that happened.
we were watching
Like,
Zelda.
I'll give you a little bit of a hard time for
we
forgetting
were watching it,
to
right? Zelda was a crystal
when you
ahead,
got
and I think
spit out
had
at Floating
gotten
Island.
to
But
the Thieves Big,
everything else
had
past
gotten these
that,
things, but we were basically down to at this time basically swamp or GT climb, and I think you
I
correctly
am not gonna
assessed,
sit here
given I
and
think what you
rag
had
on
left,
you
GT
because
climb was
I
it.
think,
That
even when I said early
theoretically,
on, like, this is an uphill
given
battle, but I think
a
the
small
early part
percentage
of the
chance,
seed
was
you had
actually you still had a
good
way into the
sequencing,
seed.
and there were
If
things
boots
that
were on the
definitely could have gone
climb,
your way.
and
frankly
then
speaking,
you wanted to go and wrap up the one-offs that you had with Potion Shop and Zora. Like, there was still a way into this seed for you. It wasn't as though you were dead in the water 20 minutes in. You played a fine seed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I needed boots and or pod big up there, something that got me value out of that play, and instead, well, that wasn't the answer, and the answer was just in some of the one-offs that, because of sequencing, I had left behind.
Actually, you still had a way into
Yeah.
the seed. If boots were on
Maybe Zelda didn't have boots for almost 2
mode.
hours.
Yeah.
So you both left Mad Bad behind for a very long time. The one location you did manage to completely orphan, which we were kind
Yeah,
of thankful
no, I
for,
needed boots
was
and or
Graveyard
pod
Pledge,
big up there, something that got me
which
value
was
out
Swamp
of that
Palace.
play, and instead,
Which was
well,
Swamp Palace.
that
Yeah,
wasn't the answer, and the
I
answer
feel
was
like
just
maybe
in some
I
of the
accidentally
one-offs that,
marked
because of
that
sequencing,
off
I
at
had
some
left
point,
behind.
as though I had
For better
done
for
it,
you.
And I was just assuming that Swamp was behind 7 crystals at the GT entrance.
Yeah, that's what we were hoping.
No,
We
I
were
was
hoping
never
that-
going there. That was out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
The one location you did manage to completely orphan.
But yeah, no, I think this was I do agree with Zaf. This was a really good race. It
Yeah, I
was,
guess that is the thing. Is that where
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of like as the mid game
I
ramped
feel
up,
like maybe I
everything kind of
accidentally
started to
marked
play a little
that
bit more
off
into
at some
Zelda's
point, as though I
favorite
had done
round.
it, and I was just assuming that Swamp was behind 7 crystals
know,
at the GT entrance.
Rando gonna Rando.
It's shocking. The experienced player. No, I was never going there. That was out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, I really can't stress enough how amazing this time is for never playing entrance. Really, like I was telling them earlier, like I think it took me almost 10 times to get like 2:45 to 3 hour finishes. I was well above that for the first several. So like there's very much nothing to be upset about on this, at least in terms of like completion, in my opinion.
The experienced
And
player
honestly,
has
there
a
was
better route
a
to
few
succeed.
gross things
That
on
never
this that
happens.
you could easily have just kind of had the one-offs. So I get it. I really can't stress enough how amazing this time is for.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you run into Mushroom and have that turned in before you get to Magic Shop the first time, and just on and on down the list, just a bunch of little things that kind of stack up, and then when are you ever going back? That's the choices you got to make.
Like, there's very much nothing to
And
be
that is something that
upset
players
about
like
this,
Zelda
at least
do
in
incredibly
terms of
well, and the
completion,
rest of
in
us
my
mere
opinion.
mortals
And
suck
honestly,
ass
there's
at
a
it.
few gross
So
things on
it
this
is
that you
completely
could
fine.
easily have just kind of had the one-offs. So
You're not putting you on a pedestal or anything, Zelda. You're kind of okay at this. I mean, just
Yeah,
throwing
it's kind
that
of
out
like
there.
if you run into Mushroom and
No,
have that
I'm
turned
willing
in
to admit
before
this
Magic
is
Shop
something
the
I'm
first
fairly
time, and
decent
just
at.
on and on down the list, just a bunch of little things that kind of stack up,
The
and
team
then
figured
when are
going
you ever
in
going
that
back?
we were
That's the
going to
choices you got to
strike
make.
open because nobody really wanted to play it. And then we took a look at the other team, which
That is
Mags
something that
managed to
players like
stack
Zelda
with
do
3
incredibly
of the
well,
top
and the
10
rest of us
entrance
mere mortals
randomizer players on the
suck
planet. And we
ass
said,
at
you know
it.
what?
So
Maybe we ought to strike one of the entrance randomizer modes. And then, of
you're not
course, for
putting
our
you on a
hubris, what do
pedestal
we
or
get?
anything, Zelda.
Retrance twice.
You're kind of okay at this.
Yeah.
I mean, just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
like,
you know, I
Zelda
figured
probably
this
beats
is
me no
something
matter
I'm
what
fairly
mode
decent
gets
at.
rolled for Game 6. But
yeah, well,
the team figured going in that
to
we were
be a
going to
45
strike
minute
open
time
because
gap
nobody
on
really wanted
anything
to
but
play it.
this.
And then we took a look at the other team, which
Unless I
Mags
just get
managed to
frustrated
stack
in
with
Randomizer and
3 of the
decide to
top
drop the
10
FF halfway
entrance
through.
randomizer players on the planet. And we said, you know what? Maybe we ought to strike one of the entrance randomizer modes. And then, of course, for our hubris, what do we get? Retrance twice.
I have nothing more
Yeah.
I really want to say. Runners, I'm gonna leave this to y'all.
Like, Zelda probably beats me
Yeah.
no matter what mode gets rolled for Game 6.
I'd just say
But
GG's again
it's
to miendiem
unlikely to
and the whole
be a
team.
45-minute time
Beer,
gap on
Skelly,
anything but this.
Mr. Ed. It was a
Unless
great
I just get
series,
frustrated
hard
in
fought on both
Randomizer and
sides,
decide to
and
drop the FF halfway through.
I'll look forward to more races in the future.
Absolutely, it was fun. Good game, Zelda. I think this is actually the first time we'd gone head-to-head since the
I have nothing
end of
more I
2020,
really
which
wanna
was
say.
something like my 7th game ever
Runners,
on
I'm gonna
ladder.
leave
I
this to
ran
y'all.
into this guy named zelgadissan, and I'm like, who's this, and why did I get totally
just say
trucked?
GG's
Oh,
again,
this guy may actually be good at the video
and,
game.
and the whole team. Beer, Skelly. Yeah, it's nice to have a rematch. It always is.
Series,
hard fought on
Yep.
both sides.
Good
and,
luck to
I'll look forward
Mags,
to
you,
more
and the
races
rest
in
of the
the
boys going forward.
Absolutely, it was
You
fun.
guys
Good
get to
game,
carry
Zelda.
on the torch from this part
I
of the
think
bracket,
this is
I guess.
actually the first time we'd gone head-to-head since the end of
Well, we-
2020, which was
the
something like my 7th game
Generation
ever on
X
ladder. I
of
ran into this guy
Never
named
Die.
zelgadissan, and I'm like, who's
And
this?
then,
Speaking
well,
of
for
WrestleMania-
wait, no, that's
Oh,
wrong.
this guy may actually be
WrestleMania
good
tonight,
at the
by the
video
way, day
game.
one.
I'm not watching that.
It's nice to have a rematch. It
Oh,
always
Oh
is.
God.
You say
Yep,
these things as if I know.
Good luck to Mags, you.
I know
and the
these
rest
things
of the
and I do
boys
not
going
care.
forward.
I was
you guys get to
simply
carry on
okay.
the torch
Fine.
from this part
I
of the
didn't
bracket,
say
I
it.
guess.
Strike it from the record. Toffel, thank you for co-coms. This was
Yes.
fun as always.
Generation X.
Yeah.
Lady Lorlinda, thank you for silently putting up with our bullshit for
And then,
3
wait,
hours.
no, that's wrong.
Appreciate it. WrestleMania tonight, by the way, day one. ZSR, thank you for not banning me yet for swearing. Y'all are better than Speed Gaming.
God.
You say these things as if I know.
I know these things and
And
I
I
do
think
not
with
care.
that, I was simply trying to summon Cubs, but runners again. Thank you for a fantastic show tonight. Toffel, thank you for co-coms.
Yeah.
This was
Yes.
fun as always.
Yeah.
Lady Lorlinda, thank you for silently putting up with our bullshit for 3 hours. Appreciate it. ZSR, thank you for not banning me yet. Yeah, with that, I will try and summon. But yeah, y'all have a good one. Gaming. Cheers. Good night. Good morning. Good afternoon. Wherever the hell y'all are. And thank you. That, trying to summon Cubs, but runners again. Thank you for a fantastic show tonight.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for me here. Perhaps unsurprisingly, Team Double Dip Horse and Dodge is gonna be moving on out of this tournament just in time for main tournament qualifiers start in 2 hours. I'm not running a qualifier seed at the crack of
0.0000 Hylian time on the second. That's just not going to be a thing.